Find the ring of your dreams at a Helzberg near you or at Helzberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
There is a place outside of Philadelphia where the aroma of freshly baked bread brings you back to more traditional times. The era when families joined together to enjoy an authentic old world taste with traditional recipes and fresh ingredients. That time and place still exists at Corpele's Italian Bakery and Deli. Since 1924, now 4 generations and 4 locations. The Corpele's family has been bringing you back to a more nostalgic time by sharing their favorite recipes and consistently adding new flavors for new traditions. While Corpele's Italian Bakery and Deli is well known for their famous tomato pie, voted best in Philadelphia, nothing compares to their fresh baked bread and strombolis, handmade pastries, cookies, pies, and a wide range of custom cakes. For a list of locations and all your party needs, explore more at corpelesbakery.com.
If you or someone you love has been diagnosed with breast cancer, breastcancer.org is here to help. Find free expert guidance online. Learn about breast cancer risk, diagnosis, treatments, side effects, and managing life during cancer. Join breastcancer.org's online community to connect with others who know just what you're going through. Our mission is to empower you to make the best decisions for your life. No one should face breast cancer alone. Find support at breastcancer.org.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Good morning. Thought I'd help you wake up.
It's 6 a.m. and you're listening to The John Kincade Show on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Let the party begin!
The show starts now.
Yes. Finally Kim's on there. We begin. Got to hit that right button. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Can't hit the black button. Got to hit the red button. Hopefully your Tuesday morning is going to be off to an amazing start. We have got a beautiful day ahead of us. And Bradford White Water Heaters is here for the pro. Bradford White. The water crashing down. And I was thinking this morning as the hot water was hitting me, what was the thought of the day, the positive Bob Cooney-ish thought of the day to get it started? Was that thank God the air conditioning's working. Thank God H&H Heating and Air Conditioning takes care of us at our house because it is, I swear the last couple days have felt like the hottest days of the summer to me. And I know it hasn't been.
Soupy.
Yeah, it just feels.
The humidity, it's gross.
Feels nasty.
Yeah.
Absolutely nasty.
My wife got home from school yesterday with no AC and I said, do you want to go to the pool? And she goes, no, I don't want to go anywhere outside. This air conditioning feels too good.
See?
Shout out H&H.
Okay, now, your wife, her school was just featured on Channel 6 News this morning.
Yeah.
Because it's that bad.
Yeah.
The heat is that bad in the room. You said, what was the temperature in her classroom yesterday? As she's getting it set up.
At 10:45 in the morning with no students in it, it was 87 degrees.
That's incredible.
If you pack in, 15 or 20 teenagers and you get to the height of the day, it's well over 90 degrees.
And they smell.
Yeah.
Because teenagers stink.
Yeah, they're smelly.
They really do.
Typically, yeah.
You need Febreze.
They smell like some guys that are.
Yeah. And limited window ventilation, too. So it's just, if you stink, the whole room's going to know it.
Oh, my gosh. Is there anything we can do for these teachers? Because as we're watching on the news, and they're closing 3 hours early today.
Yeah, and tomorrow.
Which I would suggest. This is the hint here.
This is great for me.
A little bit of a hint. Why don't we start school after Labor Day? Why are you starting before Labor Day?
They used to. Then they started doing this so that they could have built-in snow days, so you could make up for them easier.
But
not
you have to send the kids to school where they're sweltering in heat, and they can't even stay in school for a full day.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
But they'd rather get that half day in than have to make up. Yeah, because it counts.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Well, I mean,
it's supposed to be about learning.
Yeah.
It's not about like getting in half days. Well, that counts.
But they don't want to be going into June.
Oh, my gosh.
There's no perfect answer. It's a mess.
My gosh. Pat, are you nice and cool in there?
I'm good. Yeah, thanks for checking on me.
Because you
all right.
you constantly are fiddling with thermostats.
Yeah, I'm good. I think it's a little cold in here.
You are a diddler. You like to you diddle with
that doesn't sound right.
Thermostats.
That sounds right.
You don't pass the thermostat without diddling with it.
That's not even remotely accurate. You guys sit there and you got it, jacked up in the tundra in there. There's a polar bear just casually walking by. No, I don't like that.
Bob and Jamie wear long sleeves in the studio.
Yeah, that's what weirds me out. Is
it does weird me out too. I gotta say, it's in summertime seeing people in long sleeves.
This is comfortable to me.
Yeah, I never wear long. As soon as I get out of here, I'll throw on a T-shirt.
Yeah, same.
But not in the studio.
No, I like it cold.
Bob, you don't find this weird that you could wear a T-shirt in the studio? You just have
Dude, I find it weird that it's either 60 degrees in here or 90 degrees in here. There's nothing in between.
That's a really good point.
Being cold keeps people on, stimulated.
Well, it depends.
I'd rather it be cold and light as opposed to hot and dark.
I'd rather it be cold and light, so we can share that belief, and Jamie can just muddle on through whatever it is. Hey, according to American Express in the morning mindbender, what is the number one item purchased with a stolen credit card? The number one item purchased.
I'll say it. I'll go first. Television.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one.
I'll go gas.
Yeah, that was my thought. Damn.
I think you're thinking gas is too recency bias. I'm going to say an iPhone.
It's not bad either.
A phone or an iPad or a phone like that.
What about just a general grocery store run?
Yeah, I think recency
all mine were
bias.
taken.
I think we're thinking of that. All right, the answer is a cell phone or a tablet. Someone's got to go get the new phone, because then instead of stealing someone's phone, where you might not be able to get into it and unlock it, now you know that you've bought something, and then you can get it from there. So I would imagine it'd be easy to trace. If you use a stolen credit card, then they know what phone you bought with the stolen credit card. Can't they track down who used the stolen credit card by that?
You would think.
I would think so. I would think that would be a pretty dumb thing to do. So I got another dumb thing to do, though. When it's 7-0 in a baseball game, the dumb thing to do is to go to bed thinking, yeah, tonight I can get some sleep. Tomorrow night's game will be tight.
You're an idiot and you don't know baseball.
I went to bed with a 7-0 lead over Madison Bumgarner. You run Bumgarner out of the building. You're up 7-0. And you're dancing around, and you're doing all your fancy handshakes and celebrating, and then I wake up this morning to that. So I'm dumb. I'll take credit for it. I said, wait a minute, this is a great chance for me to get some sleep. I'll watch the highlights in the morning. That looks awesome. And little did I know Ranger Suarez would leak oil like that. That's all on Suarez. I don't want to hear about the bullpen. I don't want to hear about anything else. You're given a 7-0 lead. That is all on Ranger Suarez. He's been really, really good this year. Don't want to rag on him too much, but that is on your starting pitcher. 7-0 lead. Give me a break. Throw freaking strikes.
Yeah, I mean, Bumgarner looks nothing like he used to look. I mean, every ball was hard hit. They had, excuse me, I think the Phillies had 8 hits in the first, 12 batters or something, something crazy. They were just mopping him up. And, yeah, Segura makes a big error. You just have to concentrate and get through that game. You can't let that slip away. Not now, not ever, but especially not now. And that's not good.
It was so disappointing.
That's a bad taste. It took an extra second to get out of bed today, figuring a good thought. But you know what it was? It was that Jamie was back today.
And Jamie was back, so that made us happy.
Good thought.
Yeah, that sucked. The Diamondbacks are probably a little better than we give them credit for. You kind of lump them in.
Against us, they are.
Well, they're 21-13 since the All-Star break. So they've kind of gone the youth movement where they've called up basically every prospect under the sun now, and they're just going to let the kids play out there. Sometimes that works for teams where you just get a shot of youthful energy and kids don't know any better and they just go out and play. But, yeah, it's inexcusable. You got Aaron Nola on the hill today, and with no Zach Wheeler right now, this is a big spot for Nola all of a sudden because you don't want to lose a series to the Diamondbacks, and you got your ace on the mound or one of your aces on the mound, whatever you want to call it.
Supposed to be. Yes, he is.
And with no Wheeler, he's got to step up. So fluky, weird game last night, but Aaron Nola can't let the bleeding continue today. It almost puts more importance on today's start by him than anything to me.
And, Pat, this isn't a great matchup for Nola tonight. The Phillies will probably be underdogs tonight.
You think so?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Zach Gallen's pitching
Gallen's the hottest pitcher in the National League, isn't he? I mean, he's
local kid too, right?
No, that's Pat Gallen.
That's Pat Gallen, who's now.
I thought Zach Gallen was one of the local kids, no?
I'm not sure.
Related to Pat Gallen.
I thought he was the Bishop Eustace kid, no?
I thought so, too.
He's from Bishop Eustace?
You guys might be right.
Well, he's dominant. He has absolutely been dominant for around a month. And not the fact that his numbers for the year are fantastic, 2.66 ERA. I would imagine the Phillies would be underdogs, especially after that debacle last night.
The Phillies are on DraftKings minus 135.
Wow.
Jamie,
last night.
I gave these numbers yesterday. In August, Gallen, 4-0, 0.82 ERA in 5 games started.
Yeah, he's from Glassboro, New Jersey.
Not too bad. Yeah, he went to Eustis. Not too bad.
No, that's not too bad at all.
No, it's pretty damn good, is what I would tend to believe. So but
I don't care. And Aaron Nola's got to get a win here. You got to set yourself up for a series win versus the Diamondbacks. I mean, these are the big spots he finds himself in every September, basically, and it's not September yet, but it's close.
I think since it's August 30th, this is not bad. I mean,
so he's getting it out of the way now. Setting him up.
This is a big one. He doesn't have to worry about it being a September game.
Yeah, but you can't. You got to set the team up for a series win, and this is why you're on the hill today.
You're counting on him.
It's a big spot, and it's funny to say that Diamondback series big spot, but they're a good enough team where they should potentially win a Diamondback series on the road.
What do you mean potentially?
I mean they should.
They should win.
They should.
They're going to be favored in all 3 games now. If
I say potentially because they already lost one.
I mean, this is that's bad. But again, you don't react to a you can't ride the roller coaster of one bad night. But that is a bad loss. That's one of those ones that you say that I can't believe that happened.
Well, it's worse than that too, or it could be worse than that because we talked about it. It's in some of the Phillies' heads, and it might be in the organization's heads that they're not a good September team over the last 4 years. And here you are ending August with a shutout loss on Sunday to the Pirates, with a horrible loss last night after getting up 7-0. Look, you don't want those bad thoughts creeping into your head about September's past, but how can it not? And then you're going into the month this way? Like that, it's tough. I mean, you got to get over this hurdle, and you have to get over it fast.
Because I don't think going to San Francisco is fun.
That's never a tough ballpark.
That's never fun. And you don't want this week to become a 1-5 week where you just where you open the door from Milwaukee to be right back in it. You got to
go 3-3.
You got to get out there and you got to get this thing fixed. By the way, you're 3 games up on the Brewers, and you are 1.5 games up on the Padres. So that's where you find yourself this morning. But again, you can't do this is we learned by the Mets series that you turn the page, you move on to the next series, and when you play crappy teams, you're supposed to feast on them, and hopefully they will.
Yeah, I was studying the box score this morning, and I just went, okay, just throw that one out. Now who's pitching on Tuesday? And that's why my attention immediately went to Nola. And it's like, all right, here's a big spot, buddy. Aaron. Go get it.
All right, let's do it. Let's show what you got. Bob has that pensive look on his face.
Well, I do. I worry about
if he has a bad start. I feel like it could
steamroll,
snowball.
And it's not just him. I talk about the mentality of it all the time. Look, the Phillies on paper are a better team than the Diamondbacks, and as Jamie said, they're going to the youth movement. They had the number 1 draft pick out in right field last night, and all of that. But man, if you're thinking about what happened in the last few Septembers and it's creeping into your mind a little bit, this isn't a good way to go into September.
Well, it definitely creeps into our minds. Let's hope it doesn't creep into his.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was terrible.
We're paid to analyze their performance. They're hopefully kind of mindless athletes where they just go out and perform. And don't think too much about it. I know.
Hey, with their incredible selection, expert guides, and totally low prices, you're always going to love what you find at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. You got to be 21. We love Total Wine.
Yeah, Total Wine's great.
Huge fans.
I wonder if they'll get the James Harden wine in. I think that's exclusively through a website, so probably not.
Well, I know we're going to be able to have it down at the Wells Fargo Center.
Of course we are.
How about
Who called that right away?
Doing?
You did.
Who called that right away?
By the way, another restaurant opening up in the
Vetri.
How about that?
I mean, this is
Vetri's good
MVP.
Yeah.
This thing's looking pretty good. What's that one called?
MVP.
MVP.
Yeah,
so
there's
there's
going to be a pizza place.
Most valuable pizza.
So there's Adrian is the new club.
Jose Garces has a place, right?
Wow.
And then MVP. I mean, it's going to be
real
great.
aristocrats down there.
Okay, I would suggest that there's going to be a day where we leave the studio here and we go down to the Wells Fargo Center and all of the
Taste
restaurants
test?
just taste test.
They've done that.
We're more than qualified, and we should be there for that one.
Yeah, we like food.
Yeah, we'd like to be there for that.
Can't wait to eat a $32 truffle white pizza and watch the Flyers get their teeth kicked in. It's going to be great.
Pat, that's negative.
Jeez, that's not going to get us an invitation.
That is really
That's terrible. Why did you just do that?
Why?
I'm sorry,
dude?
I thought my mic was off. I was talking to Pat.
We had a chance to, be invited to something like that.
Well, there that goes. Thanks, Gene.
We don't get invited like.
Well, those decision makers don't care about the Flyers' performance other than food sales.
Yeah, but it's the same people.
Yeah, but they're different. They're outsourcing.
We don't get invited. We don't get invited to the celebrity wiffle ball games.
We don't get invited to anything.
By the way, I saw Jamie Apodi hits Mickey Morandini. Hits a home run off Mickey Morandini.
Oh yeah, she went yard
in a celebrity wiffle ball game at the little the Phillies little wiffle ball stadium that they got.
Where was Matt Gelb on that one?
I'm like, well, wait a minute here. I mean, it was I don't know if Matt Gelb came and heckled her.
Yeah.
Or anything like that, the arbiter of all things, journalism.
That's good, that's good yard
but,
work by Apodi.
Where were we? Why weren't we in a celebrity?
Our invites are always
celebrity.
lost.
We're not
don't get
celebrities.
invited?
Jamie Apodi's a celebrity.
I didn't realize that. See, I'm missing on all these things. Just an annual reminder to you, because I saw people's hair on fire yesterday. The NFL's top 100 player list is absolutely useless. It's absolutely punitive, and most of the time, it's not even filled out by players sometimes. How about this one for you? I had a Pro Bowl player from the Atlanta Falcons whose brother filled out his top 100 players vote list every single year. I had another player who reminded me that their college coach, when they would have the top 25 coaches poll, had the sports information director fill out the top 25 every single week. So the coach's vote went in as the sports information director did it because the coach wouldn't be bothered by it. And his name may have been Blick Babin. That just said, I don't have time for that. What? I don't have time to be voting on this. And I'm only watching my game. The top 100 players in the NFL is a sort of a punitive list. And if a player has a bad reputation amongst their peers, a lot of times players will just say, this is a chance to stick the screws to them, embarrass them or otherwise. I know, Jamie, there was a name yesterday that was bothering you, and I think you figured it out. Players in the NFL they will take shots at other players. If they believe that they cheat, they believe that they cut corners, they believe that they don't play the game with honor, as you talk about.
Yeah.
They will screw them over.
It was the only thing I could come up with why he would be left off the list.
Lane Johnson, not on the list.
He's had 2 suspensions, one of which now wouldn't actually be a suspension by the new guidelines.
New guidelines, it wouldn't.
But at the time,
it was.
So I guess he got the label of maybe cheater around the league, which is weird. Because
Why is it weird?
Because he did
it twice.
Yeah, no, I know, but he's so ingrained with the offensive line community hosting that offensive line camp. I wouldn't think his reputation is bad around the league because he does that offensive masterminds series every offseason with all the...
But he did shortcut twice.
Yeah, but one was Adderall. Like, what the hell? What are we doing here? The other one, I guess, is why he...
Did you feel that way with Chooch, too?
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, why didn't you see a doctor, man? They could have gotten you a script.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But he's the best right tackle in football. Like, I
think he's awesome.
I looked at that list and I started at 100 and I got to 85 and I went, all right, there's maybe one guy in these 15 I would take Lane Johnson over. Like, it's It's not a big deal ultimately, but it is disrespectful to somebody that's so dominant. I mean, he's a great player. He really is.
He is. He's a great player, but that's why I say these things are sometimes punitive.
Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything.
And the whole idea of taking over the coaches don't do the coaches to top 25 poll in many markets. Many coaches do not take the time to do it. Players will hand it to their brother, hand it to somebody else because they're not paying attention. They pay attention to their team.
Yeah, Jamie says it doesn't ultimately make that much matter all that much. I could not care less about players voting on other players. It means absolutely nothing to me, and I'll bet you it means less to the players themselves. Now the coaching poll, if that affects where people go in college football, where people go as far as bowls and playoffs and all that stuff, I think they should take that a little bit more seriously. But yeah, voting on other players, like seriously, I bet you there's some football players, if you take away their teammates, that have trouble naming 100 players in the league.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's.
But as you talk about the coaches poll, the last coaches poll is published. That's the one where you see how every coach voted. On that one, the coaches will always know what is being written down, and a lot of times they will stack it for their conference to try to make sure that the teams in their conference are getting the best paydays or the best chance to get into bowls and things like that. These things are popularity contests.
But it also wasn't just the players list. There was another one by ESPN I saw yesterday, too. Top 100 players as voted on by 50 NFL insiders, executives, and people that cover the league. And Lane Johnson was left off that one, too. And I went, all right, this is dumb.
Okay, but you do understand, don't you?
Yeah, but it's...
And if he wasn't an Eagle, you wouldn't look at it as like people putting the disclaimers on it. Twice he got slapped.
But it's not like I can point out that it's ridiculous without it being a hair on fire situation.
I got you, but you're not going to like a guy that is...
Like Odell Beckham Jr. isn't even on a team right now.
It's ridiculous.
And he's getting put ahead of Lane. Like what? Like Jalen Reagor's not that far off of Odell's numbers last year. And we're going to have him as a top 100 player? Like, what are we doing here?
Pat, do you pay attention to any of these lists?
I mean, for digital content purposes, absolutely.
Content machine.
Yeah. You can find the whole list on 97.5thefanatic.com, clearly.
Other than that.
But, no, I kind of had the same thought as Jamie. I thought Mailata should have been on. I thought Lane Johnson should have been on. I thought you could make a case for Devontae Smith, but that would have been at the back end. But Lane Johnson was the big snub that I thought was ridiculous. And the same thing, I had the same thought that Jamie had. Odell Beckham's not even on a team right now. You've got him on that list.
It's why you know people aren't paying attention.
There's 3 Bears on the list, 2 Eagles. The Bears are going to be trash bag juice this year. Like, what are we doing here?
That doesn't mean anything when you're talking about an individual.
Yeah, but like
player.
Roquan Smith made it on name alone. No. He was okay last year. If you go by like the PFF analytics of it.
No, I don't go by PFF.
Okay, well
they told you to start Nate Sudfeld over Nick Foles.
Well, that was an opinion. That wasn't based on their
that was
study.
based on. Yes, it was. It was based on their analytics.
But there was
Nate
no
Sudfeld.
Yeah, but this is based on actual performance, not projection. With Nate Sudfeld, there was no numbers to project because the guy didn't play because he stinks. Roquan Smith, they can actually chart every single.
He's a hell of a player.
He's okay, yeah, but he also had one of the highest missed tackle rates in the league. Like I'm just saying, it gets all blown out of proportion. It's all a name popularity contest. You would think a guy that doesn't allow a sack all year at one of the most important positions in sports would be valued, but he's not.
I mean, if you grab a second-year wide receiver from some team, name the team, I don't know, whatever,
right.
and you say, do you know who Odell Beckham Jr. is? Yeah. You know who Lane Johnson is?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
No, they may not know Lane Johnson.
No,
they like their quarterback staying healthy. They would.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the same. So just chill on that. And the players don't. Any player that I've ever talked to about one of those lists is that they didn't do it or they did it over lunch where they were listening to other players. They had trouble coming up with 100 guys.
Yeah, but you can be chill about pointing out the stupidity of it. Like, I'm pointing out how stupid it is he's not on it, but it doesn't phase my day in any way.
Yeah, I mean,
I think your face.
It's not like my ass is on fire here.
A little bit.
Well, I know about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not. That would be a little bit painful if that would be the case. We don't want that. So glad to have Jamie back, and hopefully the heat in your wife's classroom. Actually, when Channel 6 has to come to your school and do a live shot in the morning because it's been so hot in that building? What, don't they have windows?
It's just like those minimal crack ones.
You mean the ones that they like sort of open up? Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, let in the 95-degree air.
Yeah.
Why don't Window Nation come in?
And it's just a construction site,
and give them some big windows.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a construction site also?
Oh, yeah. They're trying to fix all sorts of problems. These Philly school buildings are a mess.
Your wife does live the Abbott Elementary experience.
Yeah, season 2's starting up. I
can't wait to watch it.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Her and her teachers love that show. They think it's great.
By the way, thank you. It is a great show. Thanks for Blackbird, by the way. We finished it last night.
Yeah, you just stick with me, John. I'll give you all the TV recs.
That's
Don't
amazing.
listen to that Pat Egan
Pat,
guy.
he's really Jamie's like the best person to look at for these shows.
We have to break.
Okay, I'll get right to it.
There's a Wrexham show you should watch and a Mike Tyson show I think I'm recommending.
Does this season for the Philadelphia Eagles have this feel to it? Plus, I had somebody asking me something on Twitter that made no sense. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. I know if you want to have the best casino and sportsbook experience in one, you want the Bet Parks Casino and Sportsbook app. It is absolutely awesome. And now that we are, 11 days till the Birds opener, you can bet on the Eagles to win the NFC East, to go over 9.5 wins. Whatever you choose, get in on it early because these lines do shift. But this Saturday, college football is back in the mix. It's going to be absolutely awesome. You got Penn State in action. You got Temple in action. You have all the favorites in college football like Georgia and Alabama in action. Be absolutely responsible, but get in right now. And you know that you can get a risk-free bet of up to $750 when you use the promo code Kincade. For new customers, the website's got all the details. Your risk-free bet will be refunded in site credit should you lose. With college football rolling on and pro football right around the corner, you want to get in right now with the Bet Parks app. You got to be 21 in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Oh, geez, look at the butt on that. Yeah, he must work out.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Tired all the time? Trouble sleeping? Decreased sex drive? Sound familiar? Hey, it's Ricky Bo. Modern Men's Health in the South Jersey Medical Center in Cherry Hill is dedicated to helping men fight the effects of aging through proven medical treatments. Their licensed medical doctors offer solutions for anti-aging, ED, low testosterone, hypothyroidism, human growth hormone, and more. And since a doctor can only learn so much talking to you over the computer, their team of licensed physicians insist on seeing patients in person, in their office. After just one visit to their health center, they'll formulate a plan to help you look and feel years younger and boost performance. And if they can't, they guarantee you won't be charged for the appointment. Make an appointment now. Call 609-248-4555 or go to modernmenshealthllc.com. Call now, 609-248-4555. That's modernmenshealthllc.com in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. 609-248-4555.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us to travel benefits to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max Family Plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in Max's monthly price. Price Lock guarantees rate price of talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Kick off week 1 with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. Join today to get $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Just sign up with promo code Fanatic to get in on all the action and turn game day into payday all season long. I've already been telling you that I made a parlay wager for the division winners and I have the Birds in it, so you can put that $5 down on anything, get the $150 and mess around with it. I got the Birds, Cincinnati, LA, today. Tampa, and I got Buffalo. That 5-leg parlay right there will score me just under $3,000. Bet on more than just the final score. Wager on anything from touchdowns to total yards to catches. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with that same game parlay. Don't fumble your chance for $150 in free bets, win or lose. Use promo code Fanatic and make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it feels like it falls a bit flat. So instead, we're going to hire a professional voice actor and pay him absurd amounts of money to say,
I like this product.
Not sure why that was better. I mean, I'm a professional too, but we didn't pay him to say the business part, so back to me. Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. Sorry, I know hearing me say it was a bit of a letdown. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac, Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. Find us at AlCaponeCigar.com. That's AlCaponeCigar.com.
The new school year is here, and it's go time for our teachers. Dunkin' is brewing up the perfect way to say thank you. In celebration of all local educators, participating Dunkin' restaurants throughout Philadelphia are treating teachers to a free, medium, hot, or iced coffee on Thursday, September 1st. No purchase necessary. Limit 1 per guest. Excludes cold brew and nitro cold brew. Additional charges may apply. Participation may vary. Offer not valid in Metro NYC, Lancaster, Harrisburg, York, PA, Johnstown, Altoona, PA, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, PA. Terms apply.
Meet Harper, teammate at Truist. Hello. She was born to care and always had your back. Like the time her friend's bumper car took a gnarly hit.
Oh no!
His retainer went flying, but Harper caught it before it got crushed. Today, Harper's a teammate at Truist, the bank with Truist One checking. With no overdraft fees, a $100 negative balance buffer, and automatic upgrades, Truist One checking has your back too. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank. $100 negative balance buffer. Eligibility requirements apply. Truist Bank member FDIC.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey.
The Union, they're kicking ass and taking names later after a fantastic 2021 playoff run in which the MLS stepped in and screwed them over. The Philadelphia Union are killing it in the East. Another 6-0 victory on Saturday, as Bob Cooney and I were just discussing. They got serious title aspirations this year. They lead the league with 57 goals scored, only 20 goals against. That's because Andre Blake is the best goalkeeper in the damn league. The crowd is electric. It's always a good time down at Subaru Park. You got to get down there. It's awesome. The fans bring the action and excitement the entire game long. And after that beating of the Rapids, the boys in blue face the Atlanta United FC. Talk about a stupid name. Atlanta United FC? Screw those guys. Wednesday night, 7:30 down at Subaru Park. Get your tickets today or any day at PhiladelphiaUnion.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
Sorry, this is your life right now. Listening to me on the radio.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. You know, real estate developer Spring Garden Lending specializes in bridge and permanent loans that help you acquire, rehab, construct, or refinance investment properties. It's Spring Garden Lending, faster than a bank and less expensive than hard money lenders. So hopefully you're having a great start to your Tuesday morning. Pat's a little lonely. A little lonely in there all by
good.
yourself? You're a little lonely. You look.
I am okay.
You missed the possum. You were just telling
You
me.
missed the big possum.
I don't miss. No, I don't miss the big possum.
You don't? You don't miss the big P?
He is out of sight, out of mind, gentlemen.
Really? I was going through my DMs this morning, and I found a couple people, and I'm reading them out loud, and they're like, hey, big possum has to stay. We love.
I got a tweet this weekend from a guy who said, hey, big possum here.
See, there you go.
Wondering why he couldn't watch the Phillies game when he was out of town.
People are enjoying the big possum. They like big possum. So
you like big possum until you meet big possum.
No. Big possum's a good dude.
It's an acquired taste.
It is an acquired
Very, very
taste.
acquired. I haven't acquired it yet. That's the problem.
You're trying to acquire
Takes a while.
it, though.
Yeah, I mean.
To eat a chocodile. You are doing that. Does this season Eagle season have a feel of swan song to you? With Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Jason Kelsey, in two different roster stories I read yesterday from some of the great Eagles beat writers who do a fantastic job. We have such an A-team of talented writers in this town who bring some really great content to the table. There was at least a mention in each one of those guys, in what could be their last Eagle season, in what could be their final season as an Eagle, in response to Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, and Jason Kelsey. And to me, if I was to put an order, what is the order that you think they will not be a part of the 2023 roster? And is it different than the order of who you would want not to be part of the 2023 roster? Or, as I tried to float this by somebody yesterday, a big Eagles fan, he said to me, it's blasphemy that you would even say that. I would love to see all these guys retire as an Eagle and be happy and not go anywhere. I said, I don't think they're going anywhere. I don't know that Cox, Graham, or Kelsey goes to another team after the act. I don't think Kelsey's going anywhere. So that's already a foregone conclusion. I don't think Graham and Cox are playing anywhere else when they're gone from here. Do you?
Brandon Graham, I think, will retire an Eagle. Fletcher Cox, does he want another payday? You only have this year. If he has a decent year this year, does he go somewhere else? It wouldn't surprise me. The other two, I totally see retiring as Eagles.
You mean one of those things where Fletcher Cox goes 1 year and plays at Tennessee?
Yeah.
Or 1 year and goes, I'd hate that.
He's the most likely one, though. I agree.
So you're saying
I thought the same thing.
So you all say it. It's Fletcher Cox, the one who's most likely to don another uniform.
He's the youngest, I think, right? Yeah. So, yeah, that makes the most sense. Kelsey, I think, will retire a Bird.
Absolutely.
BG, I think, would. No, I'm speaking for his wallet.
He wants to play 3 more years, though.
But I think he would probably take a discount and weigh quality of life / happiness over one last payday.
I could see him.
I could be wrong.
A 1 year guy. Like
every year does the 1 year like Kelsey was doing?
Yep.
Maybe for a little below market value to stay an Eagle. I think he loves it here.
Well, they love him.
Yeah.
We're big fans.
I would imagine Kelsey and BG, they want to keep with the organization one day in some capacity. So I could see that.
Yeah, I absolutely see them retiring here. No question in my mind. I think they want to do it. I think the team will want to do it. As I said with Fletcher Cox, they weren't going to bring him back this year, and they did. And I don't, not that they regret doing it or anything but you wonder if they had second thoughts about it. So I think it's justified to say that this is probably his last year here. But like I said, if he takes a lesser role this year because of Jordan Davis being here, if he plays lesser snaps but is more effective,
you might consider a cheaper price next year.
Yeah, you know, some other teams might say, hey, we need a big fatty up front. Let's get him and throw him in there.
What's been really good about Fletcher Cox, and I think it's something that needs to be, mentioned, is every single thing that I've read out of training camp is the tutelage of Jordan Davis.
Yeah, he seems to have taken him under his wing right away. As soon as OTA started, he was taking him out to dinner.
It tells me a lot about Fletcher Cox, the player.
He seems like a good dude.
That he because a lot of guys wouldn't do that.
Hide your girlfriends from him.
A lot of guys wouldn't do that. In fact, we know many quarterbacks that refuse to do it.
I think
they will not help tutelage somebody else.
Quarterback seems to be the most douchey when it comes to that.
Oh, well.
Because I think it's the most competitive position, so I guess that makes sense.
Well, when you say douchey, it is Aaron Rodgers who complained about the fact that Brett Favre treated him that way. Literally in interviews, televised interviews, written interviews, complained that Brett Favre treated him like garbage, wouldn't bring him along, wouldn't do it, and then does the same thing to Jordan Love. Exact same treatment.
Yeah.
It's when they
well,
get.
Look how good it worked for him.
What do you mean?
Look how good Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah, but the thing
so
is,
maybe Aaron Rodgers is thinking, well, if I ignore this kid the way Brett Favre ignored me, maybe he'll have the career I had.
I'm sure he's selfish. He's not being selfish or anything. He's just trying to be a good teammate to Jordan Love. What did you think of the San Francisco 49ers situation? Where
interesting.
Trey Lance. I've said it since he came into the NFL. Trey Lance cannot throw a football accurately, and until he figures that out, it's going to be a problem. And Kyle Shanahan is literally bringing back Jimmy Garoppolo as the backup. That's not – I don't know how that works.
Yeah, last year I think the veteran core of players went to Shanahan in defense of Jimmy G.
Yes, said do not make a change, and then it ended up going to the NFC title game.
What's going to happen if Trey Lance – because that team with a legit quarterback would have Super Bowl aspirations.
They went to the NFC title game last year. We're winning in the fourth quarter.
So what happens if Trey Lance sucks after 3 or 4 games? What's that veteran core going to do then?
And then Shanahan traded up to go get him.
Yeah. It reminds you of almost the Foles-Wentz situation with hindsight knowing that Wentz kind of imploded.
Can you imagine this happening in this town? That quarterbacking, those decisions being made in this city? This city would lose its mind.
Or is it a good situation to have? I mean, you're trying to turn it over to the young guy. You have the other guy under contract for a year that you can go to, who took you to a Super Bowl recently.
And an NFC title game last year.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it that way instead of looking at people's feelings, maybe it's not a bad situation.
Well, they probably restructured the contract so they could trade him in case somebody goes down because no team wanted to trade for that money. So maybe that's what they're planning on, but we'll see.
I think Jimmy G knows the veterans in the locker room back him, think he's the better option, and so he's willing to sit there and go, yeah, I'll stay here because they're going to have to come groveling to me when this kid wets the bed. And he feels that cockiness. The one thing I would say, Pat, is I've never seen a more accomplished quarterback that a team wants to run off more than Garoppolo. A guy who he's not spectacular. He's not a top 10 guy. But he wins, and that's all he does is win.
Yeah, but I think you're right. He does win. I think that Shanahan's looking at it like, can he win the big game though?
Well, he was leading the Super Bowl by 10 points in the second half. And it wasn't his fault that they lost. And he was leading the NFC title game in the fourth quarter, and they lost. And it wasn't his fault. It was his team's defense. So 2 times right there. I mean, he's a much better quarterback than Nick Foles ever was.
Jimmy G. Why isn't Kyle Shanahan staying with him? I mean, a genius of football, Kyle Shanahan.
Because he went and drafted Trey Lance. He made them go after Trey Lance, thinking that he was going to be Dr.
I don't know if you could
Frankenstein.
say he's that much better than Nick Foles.
Much more.
I don't
consistent.
know.
He's consistent.
Nick Foles was hurt.
He's way more consistent. You're right about that.
He plays and consistent.
And he plays and he wins.
But Nick Foles had like a 27-2 season.
He had 1 year. He had 1 year, yes.
I mean, he just didn't I don't know. Jimmy G's not that good. I don't know if you can say he's that much better than Nick Foles.
Compared to Nick Foles, he is.
Not really.
Oh, my gosh.
Nick Foles has a much better arm. Much more clutch.
But I don't know about that.
27-2 is not a simple thing to do.
Yeah, and then
Jimmy G is as mid comes.
And what's Nick Foles?
He was mid too, but I'd take Nick Foles over Jimmy G in any big game.
I don't think there's
no one's naming their dog after Jimmy G.
Yeah, your dog's not named Jimmy.
No, my wife would have.
But she doesn't like football.
Yeah, she might. You're right. You're right, Pat. She doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Not at all. Hey, in Cooney's Corner, I wonder what Bob's thinking now with this guy back in the lineup.
Now, let's see what's in Cooney's Corner.
Yeah, it's funny, and it's a look ahead, and it's kind of a wasted, not in the moment kind of thought that I had here. But what the Phillies did without Bryce Harper in the lineup, would you guys call it an anomaly, or are they just a pretty good team?
It was too long to be an anomaly. It was 2 months of baseball, so it can't be an anomaly.
I mean, if you had to do it all over again, would you be comfortable that they could play 20 games over 500 without Bryce Harper in the lineup?
No, I wouldn't have believed that could happen.
Right.
And
so
now
that
they're 4
leads
and
to
4
anomaly.
with him, right?
That leads to anomaly. So I started thinking, well, you're going to have to redial this all again next year. Like, you're going to be missing him for the first few months of the season next year.
After the Tommy John.
And I don't want to look past this year and all of that, but I get to wondering, is this team just, are they pretty good that they can overcome a Bryce Harper? Is management going to think that they're good enough to overcome Bryce Harper not being in the lineup for the first few months of next season, probably, and just carry on with this team? Because if they are that good, without Bryce Harper, we're in for something pretty special.
I would think so. But the thing is, though, I still the anomaly thing. He missed a third of the season.
Yeah.
They can't. That's not an anomaly.
Well,
an anomaly is.
Then you can expect them to be good next year without him.
An anomaly is the Detroit Tigers winning 7 out of 8 games when they're a horrible team, and then they win 7 out of 8. That's the anomaly. When you win for 2 months, 20 games over 500, it's not. That means you are that good. And by the way, they're 4 and 4 since he's returned. They're not the same team right now.
It's going to be interesting to see how they approach this offseason. Because, and look, I'm not looking past this season at all, but you have to keep an eye in the future as well as in the present. An eye and a half on the present, half an eye to the future. And the future, you have to wonder, what are they going to do? He's got to get surgery as soon as this season's over. He's probably going to miss a few months of next season. Is this team good enough currently constructed? Because, as you said, John, it's not an anomaly if they did it for a couple of months. Well, then, they must be pretty damn good if they can do it without Bryce Harper.
Yeah, I think they are just a good baseball team. I think it's weird. They've put our brains in pretzels at times this year because...
Pretzels, Pat.
Rivets. You've seen bad...
We got them this weekend.
Oh, did you?
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Now you're going to make me think about rivets. I mean, you saw bad bullpen in the beginning, good starting pitching, no offense, and then good starting pitching, good bullpen, no offense. They've just kind of gone in waves, but all three have shown you at different points this year that they can be good units.
Yeah.
So I think they're just a good team when you balance it out.
How much does the Castellanos thing worry you a little bit? Turf toe sucks. I don't know if you've ever had it. I hear it's terrible. It is horrible.
I saw one of the beats say that he's been playing with it for at least 10 days. So that makes me feel a little better that he can manage it.
I know this in the NFL, you don't play with turf toe. In the NFL, they absolutely you're not playing with
unless you get it shot up and you don't feel it. But man, that hurts.
Oh my gosh!
So they're getting these little nagging things. You have Wheeler, now you have Castellanos. You hope that they don't start to build, but I was looking at it as the future of the Phillies because I was doing something with the future of all the teams. If you can be that good without Bryce Harper, and John, I was hoping somebody would say, no, it's not an anomaly because it went on for so long. Man, this team might be really special.
They might be.
Yeah,
I mean,
for a while.
They're in a good footing.
Yeah,
they absolutely are in very, very good footing there. So that's an interesting one, though. But and no, I don't think that they're bad because Bryce Harper's back. I just think it's now that is an anomaly. That they're 4 and 4 since he's come back, but
and he's hitting the ball.
But I hope exactly.
Trade Bryce Harper 610-610.
Put up a poll
for a reliever.
Pat, put up a poll question.
Yeah, for a good reliever, not like a crappy reliever.
Yeah, like a good middle reliever.
Yeah,
Pat, why don't you put some content up about it?
I just might
on that.
It'll certainly get
at 97.5thefanatic.com.
Yeah, click and scroll.
You can do that. By the way, gentleman says to me this morning, good dude. I'm trying to figure out what the good dude's name was. Lenny DeMalto.
Yeah, what do you say, Len?
He says, Lenny said to us, I think he tweets it to all of us, and I answered it. He says, you guys need to re-examine the purpose of training camp and the difference between that and practice. It's called training camp, but a more accurate name would be tryout camp. This week is practice. And I'm like, that is absolutely absurd. It is a training camp. All of a sudden, training camp in the NFL is now tryout camp? No. There were probably 8 spots up for grabs on the Eagles roster out of 53. There were probably 8. 45 guys we could have penciled in yesterday. Looking at the guys who are already, we could have penciled in 45 names, 46 names. Training camp has always been, I said, a series of practices that implement the playbook. It's not evaluation for 85, 90% of the players on the roster. It is not evaluation. They know who's going to make the team. They go through that. This is all about practice. And now you got a coach who doesn't believe in practice. Hopefully his team will be ready to come out of the gate this year. Last year, they were not. They started 2-5. They crapped the bed. Hopefully this year, that approach pays off differently.
Yeah,
Start out 5-2, and I'll feel differently about it.
Yeah, for the few that it is a tryout for, that's tough. When you have a coach that's throwing in an hour and 10-minute practices, that's getting his starters ready for the beginning of the season. How do you showcase yourself? It's really tough. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. You don't know what to do. You go into these preseason games, and I'm not going to say they don't care or they're not trying, because you can't step onto a professional surface in any sport and not go 100% without something bad happening. But it's hard for guys that are trying to make a team, and you're playing with third stringers, and you don't know who's where, and you have cornerbacks playing safety and safety playing corner. It's tough for guys to make a team, I would assume, not to make a team, but to get a really good look under Nick Sirianni practice, yeah.
I mean, they're practicing. It wasn't tryouts. It's not like, all right, guys, there are 53 roster spots and nobody's penciled in. An NFL team would laugh at you. They would absolutely laugh, as most teams, I think, could pencil in 45 guys.
Yeah,
maybe not the Jaguars.
I probably would have had Tart penciled in.
I
probably would have had Carson Strong penciled in. I mean, he didn't look good in the
roster,
preseason.
though? No, you would have thought he was.
Well, just the bonus they gave him.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought they were going to find a spot for him. But yeah, I mean, most rosters are fairly set.
Don't spin it now, though. Now it's about tryouts. No, it's not. They know who's going to. They know for the most part who's going to make the team. Even the guys that are on the bubble, they know the guy that they want to make the team, and they're hoping that guy shows up and shows them that he belongs.
Yeah, I mean,
they're not going, man, we have no idea how this is going to turn out.
We'll see it today a little bit once they announce all the cuts. Like a Blankenship makes the team, and you say, "Oh, that's a nice story" or whatever, and maybe a wide receiver that you didn't expect, like with Ward being cut now. Maybe Kane makes the team, something like that. But there's not even a handful of moves that you'll say, "Oh, wow, that's surprising."
What did you see from Jonathan Gannon, though, Jamie, that caught your attention?
It was actually a quote I read last week that I kind of swooned over a little bit.
You did? You got excited? Wait, don't move in on my man.
Well, he's still got a lot to prove, but I like what I hear. Having worked so many Patriot games over the years with Sunday Night Football, I was always in admiration of Belichick, how every game was unique. Week to week, you'd see them run the ball one week. The next, you'd see them pass it and air it out. The next, they'd concentrate on eliminating the other team's run game. They would have a focus every week, and it wasn't tough to tell what it was. It was exploit the other team's weaknesses and try and shut down their strengths. Real rocket science stuff. So I always thought that was the model for coaching. Do what you do well and take away what the other team does well. Not very complicated. And then I read this quote from Gannon that made me think he believes that same thing. He said 2022 offenses look a lot different than they did 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. So I never wanted to get into a meeting on a Monday and say, well, we did everything right and they still beat us because that's how our scheme got beat and because of the matchups that we knew weren't advantageous to us, got us beat. So that's the reason for a little bit of adaptability with scheme work week to week. As you guys see, is what we do predicated on how we need to win this game. And that goes to we've talked about it with our people, their people versus people versus scheme versus people, and that's how we will always evaluate it. All that tells me is he's taking it week to week.
And flexibility.
And he's going to implement different fronts and schemes and variations of stuff based on the opponent. That's music to my ears.
Who did it make you think of more than anybody else? Because when I read those quotes, it was funny you put this out last night, and I read those entire quotes also. I thought of Hassan Reddick as being as he's saying this, at the forefront of his mind.
Each week he has a different role.
Yeah.
One week he'll have his fingers in the grass. One week he'll be playing linebacker.
Coming from the left, coming from the right, coming up the middle. Yeah, I just, Hassan Reddick jumped in my head when I read those quotes.
Our Temple man.
Yeah, look, I got tired of watching Jim Schwartz try to fit square pegs in a round holes, so that quote is music to my ears because this is exactly what you should be doing in today's NFL. You should be scheming week to week and not just, all right, well, this is the way we do it.
Well, that's sort of weird is that everybody's obsessed with Jim Johnson. Jim Johnson was a spectacular defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he was the man.
But I didn't see his defense as being that adaptive and flexible.
Yeah, but
he played his style of football, and he was going to, and that's how they were going to beat you.
Yeah, but he also had a guy in Brian Dawkins that he centered it all around because he saw he could do something different. And he said, okay, this is a guy
So
that I
that's
can.
his Reddick.
Yeah, that was, Dawkins has talked about it, saying that there's no way he would have been the player he was if Jim Johnson didn't believe in him the way he did and scheme for him the way he did.
Hey, we have a lot coming your way, concluding. Also, too, Serena Williams wins last night, right? 6-3,
Yeah, I watched
6-3.
it. I watched the whole match, yeah.
And that's a fun story to just watch her on the way.
Tyrese Maxey was in the house.
Yeah, he was.
As was...
He's everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards... Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, there was a lot
of celebrity crew last night.
Was Oprah there? And I know she commentated on the thing afterward.
Stedman? Was Stedman
I don't
there?
know.
Gail? Stedman?
Gail was there, I
Gail
believe.
Was there. I think he was there. All right, we got a lot coming up with you. And let me just tell you, this memory lane is going to make you feel really, really good about Rob Thompson that I'm about to take you down. Thanks for hanging out with us. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. When you hear back to school sale, you don't think about Window Nation. But I want Window Nation to go over to Jamie's wife's classroom and just take out those old crappy windows and put in beautiful, energy-efficient windows. It'd be great. Window Nation's got a back-to-school sale right now. Are the windows in your home not up to snuff? Well, how about this? Get 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy. So all of a sudden, I'm taking 50% off your project. But there's more. I'm not asking you to pay anything until 2025. Well, Window Nation isn't asking you to pay anything, but you're going to lower your energy bills for the next 2 winters, the next 2 summers. You're going to raise the street value of your home with new energy-efficient windows, and you're doing business with a company with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, whose average installer has over 16 years of experience, averaging over 20,000 windows installed. These people are second to none. So are your windows driving you crazy? Do they not open and close properly? Is it hot and sticky in your house? And is it going to be cold and drafty this winter? Get your new Window Nation windows. Back to school sale right now. 2 free windows for every 2 you buy. Pay nothing until 2025. Pay nothing until 2025. Go to windownation.com and do your window shopping and tell them John Kincade sent you.
The John Kincade Show.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. And imagine if your favorite casino came with an undo button. You get that with FanDuel Casino's Play It Again. Get up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. Play your favorite table games and hundreds of slots for real cash. See why FanDuel Casino is the #1 rated online casino app. I love to explore the daily and weekly promotions. I play with live dealers, and if I ever have a question, well, the best-in-class customer support team helps me 24/7. Sign up for FanDuel Casino with promo code Bob today and play it again with up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. That's promo code Bob.
21 plus and present in PA. Must not have previously placed any wager on FanDuel Sportsbook, FanDuel Casino, Betfair Casino, Mohegan Sun Casino, or Stardust Casino. Refund issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
You've got bugs. What's your move? A rattly can? Or a simple spritz? Bugs near your kids and pet? Will it be ingredients you can't pronounce? Ew. Or essential oils? Bother the bugs, not your family. Zevo uses essential oils, which attack bugs' biological systems, so Zevo kills bugs, plus is safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo. People-friendly. Bug-deadly. Now at a store near you.
I did a site visit, and the space is absolutely incredible.
Este's Reiki Clinic is opening another studio across town.
But there's a lot to wrap up.
But staffing an entire office requires more than just deep breathing.
Receptionist and at least 4 new practitioners.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 10/1. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets, all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge. But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99. You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Hey, it's cuz, don't be that guy with the T-shirt on in the pool. You can still be slimmer for this summer, since it only takes 40 days to lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40-plus pounds with NJ Diet. Their program uses hair, saliva, and bioenergetic scans to personalize natural formulas and supplements to help you lose the weight. Their DNA info is used to help you keep it off. No shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or visit NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac, Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. Find us at alcaponecigar.com. That's alcaponecigar.com.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to sing it.
We're singing words now.
We'll even sing the business part.
Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive.
Now, that's a commercial you'll remember, even if you don't remember the bundle and save with Progressive part.
We're singing a commercial.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This is the end of the jingle. A jingle about insurance.
If you're a BetMGM customer and you have some friends, then BetMGM wants to reward you for that. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you a free $50 bet, and they're going to give your friend a free $50 bet. But there's a catch with these things, okay? So listen up. What you have to do is you have to do the BetMGM Refer a Friend program. It's really simple. You just sign in your BetMGM account and you click the Refer a Friend program, and it's going to send your friend a message inviting them to register a new account with BetMGM, and it has to be in the same state that you use BetMGM in. Once your friend signs up, they make a deposit, they're going to receive a $50 bonus. And once your friend places a bet with their bonus and the wager settled, you receive a $50 bonus. So you win, they win. It's free money here. BetMGM's just giving it to you, so take it. Sign into your BetMGM rewards account and then just refer a friend program. Send it to everybody you know, and when they sign up, you get paid, they get paid. It's a win-win. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Pennsylvania only. All promotions subject to qualification, eligibility requirements. Rewards issued not withdrawable free bets to site credit. So site credit expires in 30 days. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER. BetMGM Sports in partnership with Hollywood Casino Morgantown.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
This is the radio show I always wanted to host here in Philly. Question is whether it's the one you've always wanted to listen to.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The 7 a.m. hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the all-new BetParks app. It's a sportsbook and casino. It's in one sleek, easy-to-use app in Pennsylvania and Jersey. Get a risk-free bet up to $750. You will absolutely love it, the BetParks app. Do it, and do it soon. You will have a great time with that.
Biggest odd couple I saw on TV last night.
Biggest odd couple you saw on TV.
Young Gravy and Addison Rae's mom.
So that's up there.
And you did not know Young Gravy till you Googled it. You do not have a teenage
I didn't know who
daughter.
Addison Rae was either.
How about...
You didn't know Addison Rae, though?
No, it sounds like a porn star.
Now, on the main stage.
The first time I heard her name, I thought she was a porn star.
Yeah, I went, oh, porn stars are going mainstream.
Addison Rae.
Yeah.
On the main stage.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I turn on the Serena Williams match last night, and before it gets started, they show in the stands Bill Clinton in a close conversation with Dr. Ruth.
Dr. Ruth Westheimer?
And Bill Clinton.
I don't know how Dr. Ruth and Bill weren't friends already.
So she's talking, and Clinton looks like, he's giving her the obligatory, okay, that's great. And then she's looking like for an answer, and he goes, I'm sorry, I can only hear out of this ear or something. So he has to turn his head. She starts like grabbing his face and like, ever so softly, like, you're my child or something. I was like, this is so freaking weird.
I love
Dr. Ruth and Bill Clinton.
She's got to be up there.
She looks like she
Bill's
is.
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's older than him.
I would love to. He's in my dream golf foursome.
Yeah?
Clinton is?
I would love to play golf with Bill Clinton. I can only imagine the stories.
He'd probably be fun.
I can only imagine the stories that you would hear. He'd be a lot more fun. He'd be a lot more fun, I think, than President Obama. He'd be a lot more fun than Bush one's gone now. I think that Bill Clinton would be the most fun to hang out with. He'd be a fun guy to hang out with.
Yeah, probably.
I think Obama would be more fun. I think he's more of a sportsman. And therefore would be. Clinton is,
I don't know. I saw that.
76.
I saw that first pitch in the mom jeans.
Dr.
And
Ruth
I wasn't
is
buying
94.
that. And he was asked, he said he's a big White Sox fan. And he said, well, who's your favorite player of all White Sox of all time? And he's like, I like them all.
Frank
I'm
Thomas.
like, okay, so you're not a fan of the White
big
Sox.
hurt.
I see Clinton just being the guy that you would hang out with. He's always been a big interest to me is hanging out with Bill Clinton. Just once. A little dinner. Cocktail hour. Would it be cocktail hour with President Obama or cocktail hour with Clinton?
Oh, I'll do cocktail hour with anybody.
I know you would.
Yeah,
You do beers with Bob's a thing.
I could care less.
I mean, beers. But wait a minute, Pat. Beers with Bob and ex-presidents. Get on it. Get on it.
I'm sorry. I'm still hung up on this Young Gravy, Addison Rae's mom thing.
And they kissed pretty.
Yeah. So I just found out who Young Gravy was a mere 3 minutes ago. Absolute trash. By the way,
I saw a tweet that said,
"Wait a minute. Whoa. Why do you say that?
Music's bad.
Okay,
not good.
I didn't
think
think
you
it was
discovered him 3
Pat,
minutes
it's not
ago.
for you.
I saw a tweet that said he
Young
looks
Gravy's
like
not for you.
Post Malone and the Bee Gees mashup.
Yeah.
And I went, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Not very good. I just don't like it.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think he's good.
Haley likes Young Gravy.
Young Gravy.
She says he's great.
Pat, it's just one of those things. He's not meant for you. You're aged out of Young Gravy.
Just listening to him, I went like, there's nothing special about that at all.
I got you. And that's how you can tell you're now starting with the
You
three.
could easily do that.
I got you. People have been saying that forever.
But now he's dating her mom. That's.
Do you believe it?
She looks like Bo Derek and Tommy Boy.
I don't believe they're dating.
Yeah, it's
She looks like Tommy Callahan's stepmom.
I think it's a publicity stunt that worked. Because they got everybody talking about it.
And Addison Rae's dad's posting like shirtless pictures, like he's losing his mind. I didn't even know who these people were. Now I'm infiltrated with Young Gravy and Addison Rae's crap.
Wait till your kids get to high school, then you're going to learn all these things again. Now, Bob, did you give up the radio in your car?
Did I give it up?
Yes, when you were driving your kids around. Did you give up the radio? Did you make them listen to Springsteen?
No, I give it up.
Yeah,
I still give it up to them.
We give her 2 or 3 songs, and then we do our stuff.
Okay, don't do that.
No,
when they get older.
When my daughter goes, oh, I love Bob Marley, or I like this
different.
band, and it's the Grateful Dead. My heart beams.
But when they get to high school and everything, let the kid dictate the
later
music.
down the road.
But
I'm instilling good music in her now.
But it creates. Well, some of the stuff you've instilled her with, I'm not sure.
Grateful Dead and Bob Marley are quality, John.
You teach her Fish?
I don't listen to Fish with her, but she likes the Allman Brothers. That's the record she plays in the basement.
All right.
Yeah, she's going to have a good
eclectic
foundation.
Musical taste. Pat, are you going to give Jack the radio?
Haven't yet. I mean, he likes.
Just don't let him listen to any other sports station.
No, yeah, he doesn't do that. There's some songs that he likes. As I'm getting an email. There's some.
Is that Jack?
He likes. He loves "Eye of the Tiger." So
Okay.
I'll put that on for him.
And he.
You know what song he absolutely adores is the Dupe song.
Really?
He constantly is asking for the Dupe song. Yeah.
There you go.
But no, for the most part, we haven't gotten into like the normal wheels on the bus stuff now.
Get the
Raffy? Raffy slaps. Little banana phone?
If Liv constantly has to say, Dad, you like this? I'll go, wait a minute. Liv, who is that? And I'll hear something and she'll, Dad, you know who that is? That is Kendrick Lamar, Dad. You know that. I've told you 100 times you like Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, he's
you
good.
Like that. But yeah, I don't do lyrics.
I would have liked to have
just
gone to Kendrick Lamar, but I'm not going to pay $160 to go see him.
I was taking a stroll down memory lane, thinking about our trip to Arizona and thinking that we would not only be out there with our listeners in Philly sports trips, getting ready for the Eagles and the Cardinals, playing some golf at True North, which is a spectacular track. But I was thinking about we're going to have Phillies baseball, too, in the postseason, or we should have it. And I was saying, wait a minute, there's something strange about the whole Rob Thompson story. And Pat, just to know, I hammered this and got it up on 97.5 thefanatic.com this morning.
Whoa, is that?
It's up right now. It is data. It is up there right now.
That is digital content.
There it is. And there was three names came to mind when I talk about Rob Thompson. Dallas Green, Paul Owens, and Jim Fregosi. Bob, what do they all have in common? Dallas Green, Paul Owens, and Jim Fregosi.
Owens and Green, I remember, were brought in the middle of seasons to rectify something. Was Fregosi also?
Fregosi also.
Was he? Okay.
3 interim managers. 3 different managers that brought the Phillies to the World Series. All of them were hired first as interim managers. Now, of course, we know with Charlie Manuel, he was not. But we get Rob Thompson, potentially a 4th. And I'm not saying it's necessarily this year. Jim Fregosi was brought in to clean up, I believe, for Nick Leyva. Remember Nick Leyva?
Yeah. I think one of his kids went to my grade school.
Nick Leyva was the youngest manager in Major League Baseball ever at the time. And Nick Leyva got replaced, and Jim Fregosi came in and just sort of took over. And then managed to get he had a crappy 92 year. He took over in 91, had a crappy 92 year, and then 93 was amazing. Paul Owens came in the middle of 83 with a manager that got fired in first place in Pat Corrales. And then Dallas Green took over for Danny Ozark in 1979, an underachieving manager. He rode out that season, and then the next season paid off. So for 2 of those guys, it took a little while for the interim manager to then they fixed the ship and then won a title or got them to the World Series. I'm seeing a lot of comparisons between Rob Thompson and Dallas Green, Paul Owens, and Jim Fregosi. Baseball lifers called in to clean up a mess that somebody else made. All of them being brought in that they can get the attention of the locker room. And that's one of the things that Rob Thompson said. He says, you got to get these guys' attention. And you got to realize that there's different ways to connect with different guys, but you have to get their attention. And I'm thinking to myself, Dallas Green got their attention when he walked in back in the day. And for a lot of our listeners, they don't remember when Dallas Green took over. But he came in and he kicked trash cans and flipped buffet tables and stuff like that.
Yeah, he came in and did that because the likes of Mike Schmidt and Larry Bowe and a really, really talented team wasn't getting over the top. And along with Pete Rose, they came in and said, look, you guys are better than you think you are, and I don't know why you can't get there. And then with Paul Owens, whose nickname was Pope, he was nicknamed Pope for a reason. He was that well respected. So they made him a manager out of the front office, and it was kind of like, oh, we got to do whatever this guy. And they had a group of really older players, the Wheeze kids. And then, you just bring in guys that relate to the team. And Dallas Green got the most out of that group than anybody ever did. And Danny Ozark was a really good manager, but he couldn't get it out of them what Dallas Green did. Maybe Rob Thompson is just that. You're right. Maybe there is some parallels between those guys and Rob Thompson.
43 and 42, by the way, Bob. Bob and I were trying to remember today because Pat Corrales got fired in first place. And I believe it's happened one other time in baseball history.
Wow.
That a manager fired while in first place.
Yeah, conduct this formal interview process. Just give him the job. When I saw Bryce, before the game last night wearing the Philly Rob T-shirt and the way the team was huddled around him on the tarmac before leaving for Arizona, they're all wearing their suits. Rob Thompson in the cowboy hats in the center of it. You can tell there's a new energy there. They bought into whatever.
Comfortable.
They bought into whatever he's selling. Just get this stupid interview process over with. I've seen enough. Make him the manager. It's over.
Patrick,
yeah, I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
I'm probably not there yet, but I'm like 90% there.
Why are you not there?
But it's just because a lot can happen in a month. But it's a foregone conclusion. He's going to be the manager, and it's because of everything Jamie said. Bryce post game on I want to say Friday night. Once again, talked pretty glowingly about Rob Thompson. He has a lot of cachet with the front office. So if he goes to John Middleton, if he goes to Sam Fold and Dave Dombrowski and says, yeah, this is the guy, he's going to end up getting the job.
General Manager Bryce Harper has that kind of power.
He's been pretty good in that role. So
yeah, I mean,
what do you disagree with? General Manager Bryce Harper's.
I would say no. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not ready to do it yet.
Yeah, I'm 90%.
Because if this team collapses, if this team doesn't make the postseason, screw it.
Well, then
if this team chokes, and they don't make the postseason, he doesn't deserve to be the manager.
I don't think that falls on him at this point.
You'd want him back.
If the team collapses, it's because Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, and your biggest paid players.
You'd want him back? If he supervises,
I think he's done enough to win the job. Yeah.
Yeah, like that game last night, I can't put on the manager.
No, I can't either.
No,
I
you
put
know
it
what
on
I mean?
Ranger Suarez.
So if it plays out that they have a really bad September, I mean, how many of those games are you going to point to the manager and say, like, what are you doing here, Rob Thompson? I don't know.
Managers always get fired because of players.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's convenient to say that now because they're comfortably in a playoff spot and it's a month away and none of us think they're going to miss the playoffs. But if you fast forward a month and they miss the playoffs, I think
he couldn't pull them out of a death spot.
But what would be his fault about it?
Well, I don't know what it would be his fault, but managers are always fired.
Yeah, sure, they're the scapegoat. That doesn't mean it's always right.
No, and that's saying it's always right, but I can't have him back.
Well, I saw enough in the 60 games leading up to the September that I believe that September's not going to be his fault.
Well, why wouldn't the 40 games at the end of the season matter to you? If you cared about those 60,
because a lot of the players come up small and they have a track record of it. Rob Thompson doesn't have a track record.
Then it's the players. It's not the manager.
You said it.
No, but I mean, I don't understand.
Then it's the players are the constant, not the manager.
Then why'd you fire Joe Girardi?
Because he sucked.
You can't have it both ways.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. You just made the point.
No.
It's the players.
Rob Thompson changed the atmosphere at Citizens Bank Park.
But if they crap the bed in the last 40 games,
that means they're not clutch players.
Then
you can have both.
Yeah.
You can have players that aren't responding and a bad manager also.
But if they stop responding to Rob Thompson, if this team misses the postseason,
they're not going to stop responding after 65 games or 70 games. If they come up small, it's because they're not clutch players.
They could lose. They could do what you're saying, John, not make the playoffs, and it could be out of his hands.
No, I absolutely believe it could, but they won't be able to bring him back.
I think
you can't. Oh, man, that would be the hardest sell in the world. If this team falls into a death spiral and chokes and doesn't make the postseason, it would be a disaster. I do not believe that's going to happen, by the way. Hey, FanDuel Sportsbook presents FanFest 2022, Saturday, October the 1st, from 1 to 5 at Xfinity Live. You got to be 21. Slay will be there having a great time at the meet and greet. You'll have a chance to meet him thanks to FanDuel. The Philadelphia Union will bring their 50-foot inflatable soccer field. You can also see how CSL Plasma, our friends from CSL Plasma, have brought Darius Slay to the table, which is great. We'll get to see them. Sixers are bringing their sports court. The Flyers and Wings will be on site. DJ Mo Green will be there. All the Fanatic hosts. There's going to be a haunted beach this time, created by Elite Landscaping of New Jersey.
Well, it's October. That makes sense.
I wonder what's going to be haunted about.
Fall, y'all.
I hate that. And you know it. Don't do the fall, y'all.
Oh, he's got it on his front porch. Are you kidding me?
No,
he's got it prominently displayed.
Addie has a doormat.
She does not have its fall, y'all.
She does.
Does she really?
Oh, yeah. She does. There's a truck with some gourds and pumpkins and corn stalks.
It's not out yet, though, is it?
No, God, no.
Okay, so it's on a doormat. So you wouldn't have to, it's not one of those big signs.
No, it's just a doormat. You rub your feet on it. You dirty it.
Oh, good. Well, that's fine then. The beach, the boardwalk, and the boat on the bay. Bet Parks when you're down the shore. You got to be 21 and in New Jersey. Download the app at betparks.com. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Last week of September is the earliest that crap can come out.
It should be. Even though I saw the mums were on sale the other day at
I saw mums
Lowe's.
out and Halloween costumes and all of the fall
I think I saw
stuff.
candy somewhere.
Oh, God.
Really? Already?
Yeah. Wawa, I think, has the Reese's pumpkin Johns.
Ooh, it's too
pretty good.
It's too early for mums. The mums will
It's too
die.
early for all of it. The
stop.
pumpkin beer's out. Like,
Stop
it.
Why are we rushing things?
Yeah, I want to enjoy the last of summer.
Hey, in the linchpin, we know. In the linchpin,
Our perfect show just ended.
we know somebody appears to not be able to be trusted.
Premature.
And it's not
This
Pat.
is the linchpin.
And it is Pat.
Sorry, guys. When I get excited, things just things happen.
Are you saying the
unexpectedly.
linchpin
I blame
excites you,
Jamie
Pat?
because you were so good yesterday, Pat.
Yeah.
It's something to do with Jamie. I get nervous.
Yeah. I'm sorry I make you nervous,
I
Pat.
start thinking about baseball to try to prolong it.
Yesterday, The Athletic, or yesterday or the day before The Athletic, I read it yesterday, so it probably came out Sunday. The Athletic did a piece, 26 anonymous agents around the NFL were polled by the writers from The Athletic. And it's a pretty fun article to see, who they think is the best at player evaluation, who's the best at player relationships, a bunch of different aspects of the GM job. So I was reading it, waiting to see Howie Roseman's name.
Okay.
And it took till question 10, which was, among GMs or front office leaders, whom do you trust the least? Eagles GM Howie Roseman, 4 votes, leading this question. Quote, I don't trust what comes out of his mouth because he lied to me. Next quote, I don't think he's very transparent. He kind of tells you what you think you want to hear. He does the same things with the players. End quote. Good. I haven't heard a single player really complain that much about Howie Roseman. He gets his guys paid. He takes care of them before they, hit the market. So they're happy they get their money early. I don't care if agents feel scorned by him. I really don't care.
It could hurt them, though, right?
When has it?
No, but it could.
It could potentially, yeah. I mean, if some super agent like David Mulgahada or however his last name is, if he goes, well, I've been burned by this guy before, let's steer you somewhere else. Maybe, but money talks at the end of the day. Like, money's more important than Howie Roseman's trust. I don't really care that he's not trusted by agents. Am I reading this wrong?
I don't like him not being trusted by agents. No.
But do you think it affects his job? Because I don't think it really matters.
Well, if
money
a guy
talks.
says he lied to me and doesn't want to do dealings with him, yeah, that's not good.
What's the guaranteed money? They'll come crawling back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with Jamie on this.
Probably.
It hasn't hurt him.
I don't think it.
Well, how do we know it hasn't hurt him?
Because I don't recall any situations
We don't know
where
guys that turned him down or guys that
No, we don't know everyone, but I don't think there's been any public oh no, the Eagles wanted me, but no, I went somewhere else for a chance. Like
we had that with Sam Hinkie, where he had this reputation around the NBA that Kristaps Porzingis is like faking food poisoning because he didn't want to work out with the team. I don't get the sense that that's the way with Howie Roseman.
I don't sense that either.
They've always been big players in free agency.
It sounds like the agents are telling on themselves for getting worked over by a GM.
Well,
honestly,
the one thing I would say, though, is I agree with Bob, is that I don't think it's good to not have a good reputation with agents. I don't think that's ever a good thing.
I'd agree with you.
Trustworthiness is important in any business.
I'd agree with you if
You're
they
not trying
weren't
to screw
always
somebody
one
over.
of the 10 most active teams. Like it didn't, like Hassan Reddick's agent didn't have a problem. Alshon Jeffrey's
He wanted
agent
to come home.
And
Alshon Jeffrey didn't have the Alshon Jeffrey.
They had no
1 year
money that
deal
year.
Was amazing.
Yeah, like I just don't see where this has hurt the Eagles. It sounds to me like a bunch of agents are butthurt that they didn't get their clients the best deal with the Eagles. And as a fan of the Eagles, great. Like I want players to get paid, and I'm all for that. But if
you're a big Howie fan now.
But yeah, I wanted him fired about 16 months ago. Now I'm back.
Tunis did this show yesterday. It was really interesting.
I was always pro Howie before that. Know what he's doing. Yeah, I reached a breaking point. I wanted him fired. Now I'm back.
Tunis did this yesterday. They got a lot of people doing the waffling on Howie Roseman.
Yeah, but it just sounds to me like agents are telling on themselves.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I mean,
you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that guy, he got the better of me.
I would never want someone saying John's not trustworthy with it. He said one thing and did another. I would never want that to be my
but the GM's kind of a dirty position.
Yeah.
And so is the agent.
Yeah, they're both.
So's a talk show host.
They're both in the mud. I suppose.
Radio's filthy.
Yeah.
Absolutely dirty.
But yeah, I read that and I went, good. He's getting the best deals for the Eagles then.
Yeah, I said the same thing.
I would say he's done an amazing job taking a 4-11-1 team and making it now one of the hottest up and rising teams in the NFL in a matter of 18 months.
By the way, since Friday night when I did draft lines with Devon, the Cowboys were still a slight favorite to win the division. Now they're both even.
I bet Parks it's even.
Yeah, they're both minus 150 to win the NFC.
I already bet them before when they were further.
I don't like it.
You don't.
Still makes me uneasy.
Wow. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
I'm afraid.
Just embrace it,
right.
Jamie.
You can be afraid.
This is the trust tree, Bob. I came here.
What are you more afraid of? The Eagles winning the division or the Phillies making the postseason? Because Bob's one who's like, John. He says to me, John, 100%? 100%? Because I'm 100%.
I'm 100%.
And he looks at me, and every time Bob says it, I cringe a little bit going, oh, damn it.
Yeah, it's going to blow up in my face.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me that.
Being a Phillies fan.
We got a Cooney's column coming up for you. You don't want to miss that. You don't have to pay $2.95 for a newspaper. Plus, this guy better do what's right by his teammates now. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. We hear about all the heat and humidity, and it just won't go away. But we know also winter weather's coming. How's your HVAC system? I know that H&H Heating and Air Conditioning will take care of ours. And if your air conditioning system has been struggling through the summer heat, don't take a chance on your home comfort. We're still going to have some hot weeks to come. And right now, H&H has inventory and can install with savings up to $1,500 in rebates on qualifying systems. Coach called them in an emergency on a Sunday afternoon. They were there. They fixed his system. Jamie needed a brand new system. They've got 0% financing for qualified buyers, so there's no reason to wait. We were buying a house, and I wanted them to maintain our system from the day we bought it and to also inspect it before we bought the house. H&H will do all of that for you. Go to DelcoHVAC.com. That's DelcoHVAC.com, and you're going to see why H&H has over 1,000 five-star ratings available online. And 3 from the John Kincade Show. So check out the Hoke brothers. They're the best. H&H Heating and Air Conditioning.
The John Kincade Show.
Listen, I like kids, but this is not a kid's environment. This is like HBO. No limits.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Fanatic Fan Fest 2022 is Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live. Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Go to 975thefanatic.com for more details and ticket information.
FanFest is brought to you by Pierce Phelps. Whatever it takes. Go to nopaybryant.com. United Rentals. For all your power generation and HVAC rentals in the tri-state area, visit unitedrentals.com.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, agile, staying ahead of the market at every turn, and finding ways to do more with less. That's never been more important than it is right now. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing Small Business Savings, a deal for companies across the country. When you call in now, you can get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months. $39 a month. With no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. With the company that powers more businesses than anyone else. So if you're a small business owner, don't wait. Call and get started today. Comcast Business. Powering possibilities.
Offer ends 9/21/22. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Call or go online for details. After promo, regular rates apply.
Hey, it's Jen Scordo. Kick off week 1 with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. Join today. Get $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. That's it. Sign up using promo code SCORDO to get in on all the action. Turn game day into payday all season long. Week 1 and and I am pumped. I like our own Philadelphia team over Detroit, of course, and the over on total wins for the season at 9.5 for Philadelphia. You would take that bet and maybe a little upset. I like Jacksonville over Washington. Let's see what happens. Bet on more than just the final score, too. Wager on everything from touchdowns to total yards to catches. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay. I love those. Don't fumble your chance for $150 in free bets, win or lose. Use promo code SCORDO and make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
The Labor Day event from Dell Technologies is here. End the summer strong by starting up a new season of productivity. Your business upgrade begins with up to 48% off top-rated laptops, like Vostro, taking performance to the next level with 12th Gen Intel Core processors. It's time to push your growing business even further. What's next for you? Upgrade today by calling 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Starting trouble. No one likes that. We'll get you set up for some stronger starts. You might just need a fresh charge, and we'll take care of that free of charge.
But if it is time for a new battery, we've got replacement batteries that'll fit your needs, starting at just $69.99.
You can learn more about our battery selection at AutoZone.com. That's what makes us America's #1 battery destination.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the NPD Group 2021.
Hey, this is Brian, owner of Valley Grove Construction. You may have heard our ads about us hiring carpenters. Well, we're still hiring. We're a company that truly values its talented carpenters. We prove it with top dollar pay and promoting a healthy work-life balance. If you're tired of not working with great people, not doing skilled work like you're capable of, or you're self-employed and just tired of chasing down suppliers for materials, you should apply today at valleygroveconstruction.com. That's valleygroveconstruction.com and click the Join Our Team link. By the way, if the quality of this commercial isn't great, it's because I'm recording this on my iPhone 7 in a Wawa parking lot.
The new school year is here, and it's go time for our teachers. Dunkin' is brewing up the perfect way to say thank you. In celebration of all local educators, participating Dunkin' restaurants throughout Philadelphia are treating teachers to a free, medium, hot, or iced coffee on Thursday, September 1st. No purchase necessary. Limit 1 per guest. Excludes cold brew and nitro cold brew. Additional charges may apply. Participation may vary. Offer not valid in Metro NYC, Lancaster, Harrisburg, York, PA, Johnstown, Altoona, PA, Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, PA. Terms apply.
We all know Philly sports is big business, and we've got you covered every weekday with the Fanatic's Business of Sports reports that are powered by Pico for Business. For information on how your company can save with Pico's incentives, go to pico.com/business.
Explore Banana Republic Factory now and enjoy 50% off everything, from heritage classics to new arrivals for this season. Discover essential styles from $24.99. Find your nearest store or shop online, only at Banana Republic Factory.
Hey, it's Coach, and the Birds are about to start what could be an amazing season. And the Philadelphia Union are looking to stay undefeated at home, so it's time for the Caesars Sportsbook Report. Have you downloaded that Caesars app yet? Well, check this out. Your first bet with Caesars Sportsbook is on Caesars, up to $1,250. Simply download the Caesars Sportsbook app and use the promo code RADIOFULL. Then place your first bet. If you win, major congratulations to you. If you don't, well, you're going to get that stake back as a free bet. Now, as I open up my Caesars app here, the Philadelphia Union welcome the stinking Atlanta United team to town tomorrow night, and the Union have been scoring like crazy. The over-under on total goals, 3.5. I'm telling you right now, take the over. I did. Also looking at the most important futures bets, the Birds sitting at a plus 2,500 to win the Super Bowl. The other day, I placed a couple bucks on that as well. Those who bet with Caesars earn towards stays at some of the iconic, awesome Caesars locations, as well as free dining, tickets, experiences, and a whole lot more. Caesars Sportsbook open to new users in New Jersey who are 21 and over. If qualifying bet loses, bet amount returned as a credit. Must use within 14 days. See Caesars.com/promo for full terms. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
This group of people, when they put their minds together, they can do something great.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
Haven't done this in a few years since COVID. You can immerse yourself in an authentic new New York experience at the Empire State Building Observatory. Get your tickets at empirestatebuilding.com/radio. It's open daily and reservations are required. When's the last time you did that? Have you done Freedom Tower yet, by the way? Have you gone up in the Freedom Tower and seen the observatory deck there, which is awesome?
No.
Absolutely amazing.
I haven't been up to New York in a long time.
So it hadn't been a while, really?
Yeah.
Because you go everywhere. You travel everywhere.
I used to go up a lot, but all my friends in Manhattan have moved out now.
They evacuated.
Yeah, my cousin's in Hoboken. I owe him a trip, but no, I haven't been up in a while.
I love Hoboken.
Yeah, it's all right.
Good eating.
Yeah.
There's really good neighborhood eating. And I'm not talking about Applebee's, Pat.
Where you hear your family.
In Hoboken, there's
okay.
There's the Wander place. You don't want to go to New York either?
No, I don't want to go to Hoboken.
You don't want to go to Hoboken? I love Hoboken.
There's nothing about Hoboken that screams
Sinatra.
I want to go there.
Little Sinatra.
I'm all right.
Supper clubs.
Danny DeVito? Or is it Joe Pesci? One of those short guys.
It's one of those
from
two.
there.
Sure. I think it's one of those two there. We have Cooney's column coming up in just a few moments, and you'll save the $2.95. So we're saving you money all the time.
Yeah.
Right
I wanted to read a website of the article of theirs the other day, but
they had to pay you?
Yeah, I got paywalled.
No.
My incognito trick didn't work, and I was like, I'm done.
Not doing it. I want to just give a little alert to JT Realmuto. The Toronto Blue Jays, I almost said Raptors. The Toronto Blue Jays look like they will be potentially in the baseball playoffs. And they are one of the young, sort of talented teams in baseball. What if they made the World Series and you couldn't play? What if the Phillies and the Blue Jays both make the postseason and they end up dramatically replaying the 1993 World Series, and your starting catcher couldn't play? This is a chance to get this fixed now, JT. And I know it didn't matter for a regular season series. You didn't think it was important enough for the 2-day series and whatever choice. But the World Series? If the Phillies got to the World Series and didn't have their starting catcher?
The best catcher in baseball, John?
Yeah. Oh, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Best catcher in July and August? Yes. I mean, it's
all that matters at the end of the year.
For him is overwhelming.
April, May, and June.
All that matters is the numbers
April,
at the
May,
end of the year.
April, May, and June, you guys weren't giving me any initials. You weren't giving me any initials.
Yeah,
at
well,
that
now it's
point.
back.
Now you're saying it. But if he doesn't,
Is he not the best catcher in baseball?
In July and August, he has been. He's been awesome.
Right now, is he if not the best catcher in baseball, one of the top 2 or 3?
He's been fantastic. He's been absolutely.
Is he or not?
He's been
yes or no?
He's been absolutely awesome.
You're not answering my question.
I did answer the question. He's been absolutely awesome.
Is he one of the top 2 or 3 catchers in baseball?
He's been absolutely awesome.
Answer the question.
Yes, in July and August, he has been.
Right now,
in July and August.
Who would you take over?
What is it? August right now?
Yeah, August.
He's in July and August. He has been.
Yes, but right now,
no questions asked.
Who would you take over him right now?
I don't even. I'm answering his question. In July and August, he said right now, which is August.
You think
in
that's
July and
answering
August
his
he has
question?
been.
I didn't mean to stick the dogs on you. I was trying to make a joke.
It is question.
You're a coward.
Let's get back to Scott Kingery, would you?
Let's not.
What if JT can't play
I
in the
can't
World
believe
Series?
you won't answer the question.
I answered it.
No, you didn't.
You said right now.
No,
Is he
I
one
said,
of the best?
is he one of the top 2 or 3 catchers in the league?
You said right now.
Is he one of the
and
top
I said,
2
yes,
or 3
is.
catchers
July
in the
and
league?
August he is. Absolutely.
Is he one of the top 2 or 3 in the league right now?
He has been. Yeah, right now he has been. Yes, he is. Absolutely. No questions asked.
Come on, man. It's a stupid question.
There's no question he is.
You're an idiot and you don't know baseball.
I wasn't getting asked that question in April, May, and June, which is just suspicious. So I'm just bringing up that point.
Because we were focused on the Sixers, John.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good
We were
point.
focused on the draft.
That's a good point.
We were. What if he can't play in the World Series?
I'd hate him forever.
Everybody going to chuckle it up and go, ho, ho, best catcher in baseball. He's not available in the World Series. Toronto looks like they got a real good chance to make the postseason, as do the Phillies.
Andrew Benintendi did it. Why not you, JT?
Maybe he already has.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Maybe JT already has gotten a shot. Maybe he got it and we don't know about it. I don't know.
Well, maybe he did. Maybe unicorns are going to fly in the window too. I mean, it would. I would think that happens. I would hope that he would.
I think if they have a chance of going to the World Series, I'm sure the subject's been approached to him, and I would be shocked if he didn't take care of things in the way that we would want him to.
Well, even bigger than him.
Now, Feibel didn't.
A certain right fielder was absent during that Toronto series, too.
Correct.
That would be a much bigger story.
Correct.
Well, right fielder / DH.
Exactly.
DH
No,
this
you
year.
can't count him right.
We don't know, but I have a guess.
You got a guess. And the Phillies were one of the least compliant teams.
Yeah, it could be a disaster. I mean, the chances of a Phillies-Toronto World Series, what, like...
So you take that chance?
Less than 10% at best?
Because you need a lead-in time.
Yeah, you probably
They need 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks?
I would say after
believe
the
is
first
lead.
round of the playoffs, you'd start considering time to get the
So
shot.
if they won the 3-game series.
And Toronto won theirs.
So then all objections would go away.
I would think you'd have
So
to
the objections
seriously consider it.
So the objections that are now so vehement would go away? I'm trying to just figure it out. So something you're so adamant about, I'm not doing. Oh, but I'll do it now.
Well, if
he's doing it for his teammates.
Yeah, you be a good teammate, you get it done.
Get it done
Get
that
it
earlier.
done.
Earlier in the year, you could do that.
Well, he didn't believe in it.
And he still might not, but he's doing it like us here at work. If we didn't believe in it, but then they said, look,
You
know,
have
your
to do it.
show's
We
going
had
over
to.
the top, and you need to get it. I'd say, okay, I'll give in and do it.
Well, we had to do it.
Yeah, we did.
As many employers
but not everybody did. And he didn't have to. But if that was on the line, I would hope he would get it done for the sake of his teammates. Because
Priorities change.
Yeah, I mean, winning a World Series is not something every athlete gets to take a shot at. So, no pun intended. I would hope for the sake of his teammates, he would reconsider things.
And I also would question whether
It's not like he's going to become magnetic or his arm's going to fall off. He'll be fine.
Ask Didi Gregorius.
Yeah.
But yeah. Pat, do you believe that?
I don't think he's going to get it. No, and I think it's because of what Jamie said. The odds of them playing Toronto is 5%. He doesn't believe it, so I think he's going to sit there and just go, all right. I mean,
Can you imagine
the chances? Yes, but that's the thing, though, is the risk. I don't think he cares. I don't think he gives one crap.
Well,
about the
his
public
explanation showed that he didn't care.
Yeah, so I don't.
He didn't
think
have an explanation.
And the team will come out and say, we respected this, but there's going to be. It's going to be a little cross-eyed looks in the locker room. But, yeah, maybe, and we don't know. Maybe at that point, Canada's lifted some restrictions. So I think he's going to play it by ear, and by playing it by ear, I don't think there's a chance.
I don't know why Canada would.
Maybe because
it would hurt the Blue.
JT.
It would hurt the Blue Jays.
Maybe they really like JT.
It would hurt the Blue Jays. That would be something that would actually hurt the team
that's an advantage for
representing
them.
their country. Yes, keep it up, and then lift it November 1st. Saying if they were going to do those kind of restrictions, maybe lift it November 1st or something along those lines.
Yeah.
It's just a story to watch. And Benintendi did do it when he became a Yankee.
As soon as he became a Yankee.
As soon as he became a Yankee.
Yeah.
All objections went out the window.
Well, because you don't want to be the new guy in a locker room that everybody hates because you're not playing in a series.
And in Newsday, it was sort of speculated that was part of the by the way, you're coming, you're getting the shot. So
it's a division opponent.
If we're bringing you in, you're getting the shot, and you're going to do it at that point. So it is a story to watch, though. We watch stories. Bob Cooney brings them to the limelight in Cooney's column.
Let's turn the page and find out what's in Cooney's column.
While optimism is overflowing when it comes to the beginning of the season for the Philadelphia Eagles, it just wouldn't be right if we didn't pose some questions that didn't necessarily have us worried, but ones that need to be discussed. Such as, I'm a little anxious to see what Nick Sirianni is all about. If Shane Steichen is calling plays on Sundays and this team continues to be the run-heavy unit that it was when Steichen took over that role after 7 games last season, I wonder where the coach is leaving his fingerprints on this team. Perhaps it doesn't matter. And if this team improves on their 9 wins from a season ago and make the playoffs once again, this is probably a moot point. But it's something that will garner my attention all season long. Not to the point of, exactly what do you do here, Nick Sirianni? But somewhere along those lines. As will the aforementioned running game. When the Eagles decided to take the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hand last season, the team went on to win 70% of their remaining games. And now the offensive line is probably even better than it was a year ago, as youngsters Jordan Mailata and Landon Dickerson have another full year under their belts. But this isn't a running league, and the suits sitting in the boxes want to see the ball fly all over the field. And if we're being honest, Hurts is still auditioning for the role of franchise quarterback. Something is going to have to be decided here. In Darius Slay, the Birds are blessed with one of the premier corners in the league. But who's going to give him help over the top when it's needed? In Anthony Harris and Marcus Epps, I would hope to gain more confidence in them as the season moves on, because that would mean that I have some confidence in them. And finally, the man who I feel is on the hottest of hot seats, defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon. He has plenty of new shiny toys with which to play, but will he figure out exactly how to use them? These are the questions that will garner most of my attention all season, because I tend to always lean towards subjects that I question rather than the ones I feel comfortable with. Oh, and I am feeling comfortable about a lot of things. To the tune of, week 1, I have a win. Week 2, I have a win. Week 3, win. Week 4, win. So we're talking
Keep going.
12 wins for the Eagles. 12 wins.
12?
It's still coming up to me, yes.
Wow, Bob goes 12. Bob going 12.
JT Realmuto, 1-loss Eagles. What bothers
God.
John Moore?
I like it that your introspective eye, though, Bob, looks at the issues, not the things you want to cheerlead for.
Yeah,
because the things that we think are going to be good, why focus on those?
Well, you can't take good for granted. I can't say the running game is going to be good, so I'm going to focus over here on the passing game or whatever it may be. You still have to keep the good. But I do. I tend to lean more towards get better what the questions are. And those 3 things are my biggest questions. 2 of them are coaches. Nick Sirianni, look, maybe he is just the overseer, and that's okay. I mean, we go back and forth. Was he smart enough to give up play calling last year, or was he forced to? Does it matter? Does it not? If they win 12 games and make a playoff and get a playoff win, I'm not going to question Nick Sirianni at all. Jonathan Gannon, I still have questions about him, and we'll see how he does with all these new things that he has. And I think the weakest spot on this team is the safety play. I just do. I mean, Anthony Harris and Marcus Epps, I get nervous that they're really going to get exposed, and that
now you're scared.
Well, that's the one. Look, if one of them isn't playing up to snuff or goes down, who are you looking at?
But you have at least a little bit of a body of work with Epps and Harris last year.
Yeah.
To feel like, okay. I agree with you. I think it's the biggest position of need, and I wouldn't be surprised if they make a move here in the next 3 or 4 days and pick up somebody off the waiver wire, or who knows, maybe a trade's possible. I think safety is the most likely position for that.
And this is one where I don't know if you've seen the comments out of the Ravens camp, where they released another veteran safety because they think they can throw a ton at Kyle Hamilton. And
Yeah,
I just
saw
think of that, and I think of it, and I go, I love Jordan Davis, love the player, but I would have loved to have fixed the safety position with a cornerstone type secondary player, a young cornerstone secondary player.
But you would agree D tackle's a more valued position than safety, right?
Yes, but I don't know about need for this team.
Well, if Fletcher Cox plays like he did for 12 or 13 games last year, you could make the case that D tackle was one of their biggest needs. I mean, he was invisible last year for 70% of the season, and that affected everything. I mean, they were getting gashed. You could make the case safety's sexier. It's more fun. It's a more playmaking position. But D tackle, when you don't have it, man, it ruins the defense. You could make the case that
But
D tackle.
what's a more glaring need? This is a glaring need.
I think D tackle is a glaring need.
If you had Fletcher Cox back, if you have Fletcher Cox here though.
Yeah, but what if he gives you what he did for those first 12 games this year?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know what Jordan Davis is going to necessarily give us.
But he's big enough that he's going to plug some holes.
Kyle Hamilton walks into our secondary. He's the best safety we got. Day one, he walks
We'll see.
in.
He's still got to play.
He's the best guy. Well, if Harbaugh thinks that we can throw anything
They
at
like
this
Epps
kid.
a lot. This kid must really impress his teammates and coaches in practice.
I
liked him too last year.
I don't.
But releasing Tart tells you they're putting a lot on this kid. They must like him.
Yeah, the Epps thing is different to me. I think he looks a lot better when you have a Darius Slay and a Bradbury out there. Like I don't. Yeah,
but any safety would.
Yeah, that's true. The sexy safety, I would have gone defensive tackle. I really would have.
Well,
I would have
believe me,
gone
I
the
love
route that
Jordan
they went.
Davis, so I mean, it's
If he comes out and is eating up A gaps and demanding double teams, you'll forget all about Kyle Hamilton.
Absolutely, no questions.
But I hear you.
But if we're getting smoked every game at safety, I'm also not going to be forgetting.
Sure. But
Which
I think
could
if
be a
that's
problem.
the case, Howie would make a move. It's probably easier to get a safety than it is a D tackle. That's going to make a big impact, and that's probably what went into the draft night, formula for them.
Well, is it easy to get a running back?
It probably should be. Look, I'm a Miles Sanders fan. I've staked my claim. The guy's biggest knock to me is his availability. He averages about 12 games a year. Now that it's a 17-game schedule.
And training camp, he just...
Yeah, this is troubling. When I first heard it, I thought, all right, probably precautionary to a degree, much like Devontae Smith. Devontae was back after like a week. Now Miles is going on like 2 weeks. The season's not that far away. It's probably time to bring in another running back off the waiver wire. You just said somebody was cut this morning from Buffalo who's kind of got a stacked running back room. I'm brain
Duke
farting.
Johnson.
Duke Johnson was just released. A couple other names.
I just like his name.
That's a good name.
Duke Johnson.
It's a good football name.
Yeah. A couple other names out there. Madison from the Vikings. There's rumors that he could be traded.
That's a trade.
Yeah, he could be traded. Some guy, Chase Edmonds, was another name that could possibly be traded. Some names to look at off of the waiver wire potentially. Salvina Mead, Myles Gaskin, Sony Michel are a couple names out there that are rumored to be released by their teams. We'll see what happens. I think it's 4 o'clock today. Teams have to get down.
Yeah, we have to be at 4 o'clock.
So there's going to be some probably activity on that front. I like Kenny Gainwell. I just don't think he's an every down backish yet. I mean, maybe him and Boston Scott, you can Band-Aid patch. But I'd like to bring another vet type in just for some stability because it appears as though Miles Sanders is going to be not available for 17 games again this year. It's not starting out on the right footing
You
here.
still believe in him, though?
When he's healthy, yeah.
Well, no, but we can't do the when he's
Well, that's why I'm
healthy.
saying bring somebody in.
Yeah, I mean, it's so disappointing.
When he's healthy, I think he's a good running back. It's just you can't count on him for more than 12 games a year, and that's becoming it's becoming a
That's
real
the running
issue.
back position, though. Like if we look around the league at top running backs, you're not going to see a lot of guys that put in 17 games year in and year out. It's going to be 15. It's going to be whatever, 14. I mean, running backs miss time. It's the position. He misses more than most. And it's a shame because that home run threat that you have in this offense is huge, and you don't have that with Kenny Gainwell or Boston Scott.
To your point, Bob, top 10 running backs last year because I looked at this last night because of them shopping for running backs. How many of the top 10 running backs were available in 16 games? Because a couple of them were rested week 17.
Didn't Derrick Henry finish top 10 and he missed like 9 games?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry played 8 games last year. But Jonathan Taylor's the only one who played 17 games because he had to. Joe Mixon played 16 because he didn't have to. Gibson, they didn't play him in the last game because they didn't have to.
And they said he was going to lose his job to Brian Robinson before that tragedy.
So, I mean...
that's horrible.
That was right by my buddy's house.
Nick Chubb, 14 games. Dalvin Cook, 13 games. Mitchell in San Francisco, 11 games.
Yeah, a lot of
there's a lot of times where you're talking about the top 12, 13 guys tend to be guys who can play a lot, but there's a lot of injury.
Yeah.
A lot of injury. You got to have...
And I would expect safety and running back.
Well, what kind do you want? Pat, what do you want? A running back, what do you want? What do you want him to look like?
A big bruising guy, kind of like Jordan Howard. Like
Jordan Howard's out there, Pat.
Yeah,
You want him?
I mean,
You want him?
I would take him back. He was productive in this scheme, but
supposedly from what I was hearing on one of the Eagles podcasts from Eagles, the fact that he had neck issue 2 years in a row is what scared them off. That you're wondering, is this guy really? I mean, it's scary.
That would scare me off if I was him.
That's what I say.
Neck injuries. That's Sonny Michel's a name that intrigues me a little bit.
I absolutely would take Sonny.
I don't
Michel
hate
here.
that.
Yeah.
No, I would take Sony here.
But he's another small frame guy. I mean, you have
he's about
Boston.
220,
He gets
so
to
he's got 20 pounds on Gainwell.
I was going to say he reminds me a little bit of Boston Scott physically.
Yeah.
No, he
but he's
should.
5'11".
But he's better in the passing game than Boston Scott.
Yeah, but Boston Scott's productive here.
No, I like him. No, I like Boston
So
Scott.
I don't know. I guess Michel's kind of a lateral move. Like Boston Scott might be better than Sony Michel at this point.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I want another guy in there.
Maybe better in you're talking about in this system, like what they need him to do.
Yeah, they're just kind of the
I
same.
think it's much more dynamic. I think Sony's much more dynamic.
Yeah,
he gives you more.
I haven't watched
Boston
every
Scott's
stat the last 2
Boston
years.
Scott's done a hell of a job.
He has.
I love that he's on the roster.
he's in the perfect role for him in this team right now. And if you have to ask more out of him, more than once or twice, it probably won't bode well for you.
Everybody seems to be talking about that the 2022 season is going to be a referendum on this guy. But shouldn't the referendum truly be on this guy? Who's the guy? We'll talk about it next. Second half of the John Kincade Show comes your way next here on 97.5 The Fanatic. With Window Nation having a back-to-school sale, there is no reason why you won't take those drafty windows out of your house before winter and start to secure your home by raising the market value of your house, taking the energy bills and just slashing them because the hot air is going to stay in this winter and the cool air is going to stay in for the remainder of the hot air that's outside this summer. They have an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and they've got a great deal for you. Window Nation's giving you 2 free windows for every 2 that you buy. Plus, they're asking you to pay nothing till 2025. Come on, you haven't even thought about 2025 yet. You don't have to think about paying anything. No money down, no payments, no interest till 2025. If you have vinyl windows, wood windows, fiberglass windows, they've got them for you. Just think about it. You can improve your home today. Every size, every style, every color that you need. Do your window shopping online at windownation.com and take advantage of this amazing deal. Upgrade your home today. Tell them that John Kincade from The Fanatic sent you.
The John Kincade Show. Wow, getting drunk in the morning on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge wants you to get ready for college football. This week, new customers get $150 in free bets for week 1. Just place a $5 bet and get $150 in free bets, win or lose. Bet college football any way you like it. I know they're dogs, but I want to see what Stan Drayton and my Temple Owls do. So take a look at them, and of course, you can never go wrong with teams like Bama and Georgia. New to FanDuel, the app is easy to use. They're always hooking you up with great odds, and they pay fast. So see why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook by just downloading the FanDuel app today and sign up with promo code Fanatic. Place a $5 bet to get $150 in free bets. College football, it's back, baby. That's promo code Fanatic.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Tired all the time? Trouble sleeping? Decreased sex drive? Sound familiar? Hey, it's Ricky Bo. Modern Men's Health in the South Jersey Medical Center in Cherry Hill is dedicated to helping men fight the effects of aging through proven medical treatments. Their licensed medical doctors offer solutions for anti-aging, ED, low testosterone, hypothyroidism, human growth hormone, and more. And since a doctor can only learn so much talking to you over the computer, their team of licensed physicians insist on seeing patients in person, in their office. After just one visit to their health center, they'll formulate a plan to help you look and feel years younger and boost performance. And if they can't, they guarantee you won't be charged for the appointment. Make an appointment now. Call 609-248-4555 or go to modernmenshealthllc.com. Call now, 609-248-4555. That's modernmenshealthllc.com in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. 609-248-4555.
Hey, Becky, what about this beat for your next song?
It's cool, but I'm into faster stuff lately. Like Xfinity that gives me beyond gig speeds.
Got it. What about this then?
It sounds powerful, just like Xfinity. Because its supersonic Wi-Fi has 3 times the bandwidth, you can connect hundreds of devices at once.
That's what I call power.
Unbeatable internet from Xfinity. Made to do anything so you can do anything.
Learn about the next generation Wi-Fi from Xfinity. Or get started with a special offer on 300 megabits per second internet. Do more of what you love online with unlimited data included. It's all just $29.99 a month with a 2-year rate guarantee and 1-year contract. Visit your local Xfinity store to learn more. Go to Xfinity.com or call 1-800-XFINITY. Requires paperless billing and autopay. Ends 9/8/22. Restrictions apply. New Performance Pro Internet customers only. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. After 24 months, regular rates apply. Requires compatible Xfinity gateway.
Parents, are you tired of helping put your kids' shoes on? They're squirming, watching cartoons, anything but helping. Luckily, it's Skechers to the rescue. Introducing new hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear you can just get your kids to step into and their shoes are on. You don't need to bend over. You don't need to sit on the floor and try to wrangle them on. And they're available in all types of Skechers styles with and without laces, and most are machine washable. Find Skechers slip-ins for kids or mom and dad at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
Staples has everything for school at great prices. So this year you won't go back to school. You'll be ready to move forward and master 5th grade math.
I can't do this. It's impossible.
Not you, Dad, your daughter. Staples will help her move forward.
Right.
Right now, Staples 1-subject notebooks are just 35 cents each. Plus, during the backpack clearance event, you'll save up to 50% on select backpacks, lunch bags, and water bottles. Staples, this year we're not going back. We're going forward to school. In-store only, ends 9/3, limit 30 on notebooks.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac, Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. Find us at alcaponecigar.com. That's alcaponecigar.com.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, this is Brian, owner of Valley Grove Construction. You may have heard our ads about us hiring carpenters. Well, we're still hiring. We're a company that truly values its talented carpenters. We prove it with top dollar pay and promoting a healthy work-life balance. If you're tired of not working with great people, not doing skilled work like you're capable of, or you're self-employed and just tired of chasing down suppliers for materials, you should apply today at valleygroveconstruction.com. That's valleygroveconstruction.com and click the Join Our Team link. By the way, if the quality of this commercial isn't great, it's because I'm recording this on my iPhone 7 in a Wawa parking lot.
You know, my wife and I, when we moved into our home, just about 2 years ago now, our home inspector was like, dude, this HVAC system is ancient. You're going to need to start planning on replacing this pretty soon. So what did we do? We started listening to John Kincade on the morning show. We started checking out some online reviews. My wife doesn't go with a place unless the online reviews are good. And we checked out H&H Heating and Air Conditioning, and everything checked out. John was raving about him. I was jealous of his Wi-Fi smart HVAC system. My wife cross-referenced the online reviews, and boom, it was a no-brainer. It's the professional above and beyond service that you get with H&H. We had a slight hiccup right after during a heat wave. They were out within 3 hours to correct what went wrong. It wasn't even their fault.
Because you cut a wire
and
you
was
were
my
stupid.
fault. I didn't cut it. I put a nail through it by accident. The install team was great, friendly, very knowledgeable. I ended up talking Phillies baseball with them all. John Leake and his team came out to the house, presented us with like 4 or 5 different options. No pressure at all. Said, let me know when you're ready. Here's the different systems. Here's the warranty information. Everything was great. Presented to us in a easy, professional manageable situation. When the job was done, Dan, the install manager, ran through a post-quality control inspection on the house. We were so impressed from start to finish, to making the first call to getting my system. I actually just raised the temperature in my house from my phone. So if you're thinking about replacing your HVAC system, call H&H and have them come out. You'll see right away why they have so many of those 5-star online reviews. They even sent me cookies. Visit DelcoHVAC.com.
Wait, they didn't send me cookies.
I got cookies and a cooler
That's
for my 6-pack of beer. That's how much they like me over you, John. Visit DelcoHVAC.com. That's DelcoHVAC.com. And tell them Jamie Lynch, not John Kincade, says hello.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show.
I watch TV, I play video games, and then I go to happy hour.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
8 a.m. sponsor is Martin Law, the law firm for injured workers. Visit paworkinjury.com. All right, Pat, I sent you a text.
Yeah.
Heavy Chevy, I sent you a text. The lovely Haley, I sent you a text. I want everybody to look at the picture from the Tom Brady in July and Tom Brady in August. What do you see? What do you see?
Tom Brady.
But what do you can see the distinct difference in his appearance.
Oh, no, I can't really.
What?
What?
Are your glasses all right?
You got to get your prescription checked.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, his face looks completely different.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care about how Tom Brady looks. I don't care.
No, but I mean,
he wants to get work done, go get work done. I don't.
I think this maybe now we know why he was out.
My big takeaway from this picture was that they changed advertising. So they went from Advent Health, it looks like.
So that's what you were looking at?
Yeah, that's what I thought we were.
Oh no, I was saying is look at Tom Brady in July and Tom Brady in August. I think we now know what the 2-week vacation was about.
He needs to eat something.
I think so too, but I think if you get those cheek implants or whatever it is, oh my gosh, he's going to be on the Real Housewives of L.A. soon. He's going to at this point if he keeps this up.
Is that where they live?
I don't know if they do Real Housewives of all over the place. He can't be in the Atlanta one. They don't need him. There's too much drama already. So thanks, Martin Law. We appreciate you. The law firm for injured workers. We talk about how the evaluation process is about to be ramped up on Jalen Hurts. And I've read numerous pieces about how 2022 is going to be the referendum on Jalen Hurts. I got to ask this question, though. What about his boss? How big is Jalen Hurts' development a potential indictment or endorsement on Nick Sirianni? Is he going to be judged harshly if Hurts fails? And before you say no, oh, he wasn't the guy, he didn't draft him, he's not his guy, we already know that Nick Sirianni had to give up play calling. So if he had to give up play calling and then he doesn't develop a quarterback, and by the way, it doesn't look like he's developed any backup quarterbacks either. At that point, do we start to question, what is it that's special about Nick Sirianni other than as the sort of motivational speaker? Is that fair? I mean, because all I keep hearing is Jalen Hurts, this is a referendum, Bob. It's a referendum on Hurts. Can Hurts make the move? It's all that matters. I want to know, can the head coach up a quarterback, develop a quarterback? Because he can't develop backups, it appears. And that's something that Doug Peterson knew how to do. That's something Andy Reid knew how to do. They knew how to develop backup quarterbacks and take them from point A to point B, and then many times flip them.
Well, you could look at it another way. If Jalen Hurts isn't the guy, or he's just what he was last year, and you're still making playoffs and all, does Nick Sirianni get kudos for being able to do that in spite of his quarterback?
I think he does. We gave him credit last year for being to me, I gave him an A last year. You make the postseason. When you make the postseason as a rookie coach, taking over a 4-11 team, to me, that's an A.
Yeah, I wonder when the interview process was going on with Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman with Nick Sirianni, was it a case of, look, you're going to have a guy that we assumed was going to be a backup quarterback, be your starting quarterback. You need to develop him. That is first and foremost what you are being brought in here for. He was brought in here to be an offensive guy. Was he directly tied to the quarterback? I don't know.
Well, every coach is.
Yeah.
I mean, your coaching longevity is tied to your quarterback, plain and simple.
Right, but I mean, no, you're right, but that's a bigger job with him.
I don't think his
grow him
was pre-hire. I think he got a little bit of a learning curve.
What do you think went on during the hiring process, though? Bob, that's an
he
interesting
obviously
discussion.
wowed them.
It's like, didn't he come in? I would imagine he had to come in with the plan. Here's my plan for Jalen Hurts.
Probably, right?
I would think that would be the number one thing you'd have to come in and say. Here's my plan for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Because by then, they knew they were moving on from Carson Wentz. We didn't know they were moving on from Carson Wentz yet. They knew it.
No, but they also, in the back of their mind, go, oh, crap. We drafted this guy to be a backup, not the starter, so we can't judge him entirely through the Hurts prism. We have to we have to have some level of leeway with him here. We have to see if he can work, but we also can't, like, Sirianni's not going to get fired if they move on from Hurts, is my point.
But then it would be the.
But if Hurts works out, Sirianni's probably here for a decade.
That'd be great. Now, Pat, though, would be the second black mark, though. If you have the bad mark because of the fact that you had to have the play calling taken away from you after 7 games.
Yeah, I still don't look at that as like a negative.
You really don't?
No, I mean I don't think he got it taken away. I think he gave it away, which.
Okay, when he
I think good leaders delegate.
Okay, that is true. But he was brought in here as a offensive, Jeffrey Lurie's own words, he's an offensive innovator.
Yeah.
He's a next level thinker. We didn't see that.
I see your side of it. I'm not going to die on this hill. But I definitely understand if you think this is a negative. I don't, but I guess we'll find out, right? Like you're right. He could be a Emperor has no clothes situation where he's just fooled everybody into thinking he's this offensive genius when in reality he's just a really good delegator.
He's like Tommy Boy at the restaurant when he wants the wings. Like he really sells you on it, and you go, "Wow, maybe this guy is a good salesman." Nah, he just really wanted wings. I think Nick just really loves football, and maybe his energy fooled him. Who knows?
Okay.
We'll find out.
Yeah,
Tommy want wingy.
I mean, if he doesn't develop, I mean, the quarterbacks. They talked about that. So reading some of the evaluation, Bob, it doesn't look like Gardner Minshew, anybody felt coming out of camp that he had a great camp or that he took any big steps forward. Obviously, Reed Stinnett, nothing.
He stinks.
I mean, and then if Jalen Hurts doesn't work out, then he doesn't develop quarterbacks and he doesn't call plays.
He can only develop what can be developed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Does he get the Jonathan Gannon label of, well, look what he did. He did well with something that didn't belong there. You know, I don't know.
It's confusing.
It is interesting because I would assume that he would have had a game plan for Jalen Hurts. And the way he talks about release and, let it go and all that stuff, obviously there's one-on-one, a lot of one-on-one there. The interest to me is, look, is he designing the plays, meaning Nick Sirianni, and Shane Steichen's calling them?
That's what they've said.
Yeah. Is it a case of he has heavy input on the exact game plan, and then come game day, he lets Steichen go with it because he wants to oversee a lot of things?
Again, that's what he said.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't know.
If he draws
I
up the plays, Jamie, why would he not be calling them? Because he's overwhelmed with decision making.
Yeah,
right?
I absolutely agree with that for a first time head coach. Get your feet wet, get set. I mean, there's decisions on reviews. There's if you want to oversee the running back rotation, let's say, there's special teams.
Did you
there's
feel
defense.
that way with Andy?
After a while, he had earned that right.
You feel that way with Doug?
I wanted Doug I remember the first year to oversee and do the 30,000-foot view thing. Chip, I was so just enamored with after the first year. He could do no wrong with me, I'll be honest. I didn't see the flaws outside of the defense being gassed. But this guy, it's a lot to be an NFL head coach.
It is.
In game. So I'd rather him develop the plays and the game plan, oversee everything, and have trust in his guy to actually just call the right play. I think that's the right way to go about it until you're a little more established. And you can the flow of the game, I think, is the hardest part for him.
Pat, you feel very, I don't know what to think.
Well, no, I mean, I agree to a certain extent. Like, I do think it's a positive that he recognized his limitations and he tried to rectify them.
I absolutely believe that if he made the choice himself.
But he needs to improve on those shortcomings. In season, you don't have time to work on the shortcomings because you're in season. If he comes out and he wants to take over plays and it still doesn't work and he gives it to Shane Steichen and then it works, then maybe I got the wrong guy.
I don't know that
maybe you once again hired like the assistant that probably should have been your coach.
Okay, you believe that he gave up play calling on his own? I mean,
I do, yeah.
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't think
here's why I do.
I don't think 7 games into his NFL career he said, I'm going to admit I can't do this.
What did Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman want to do?
What do you mean? I don't understand.
What's the philosophy they believe in?
Throwing the football.
Exactly.
Oh, so because of that, you're saying
that Nick said, all right, we got to win football games. I need to show I can win football games. I showed what they want. It's not working. Let me flip it.
Okay, that's
so I can salvage it.
That is a great argument.
And maybe, we don't even know. Maybe it was I don't believe an edict from Howie and Jeffrey to throw the football early on, and it was actually Nick who went to them and said, "Yo, this isn't working."
Well, I think he sold them on, I'm going to be a great innovator in the passing game, which is what they wanted to hear. So it was like harps and angels going off in their ears when they hear this. And then he realizes after 7 weeks, oh, crap, I can't throw it 48 times a game with Jalen Hurts right now and win football games.
Man, what amazes me is that did he really come in here and think that was a good idea?
Correct. That's what doesn't make any sense to me.
That is the way, though.
No, it isn't. Not for him to throw it. For Jalen Hurts to be the number 1 passing quarterback in the NFL, that should never have been the plan.
Well, if you're going to be a top 5 offense, you're going to have a top 5 probably passing quarterback.
Yeah, but you got to look at your personnel.
But you got to find out he had no idea what Jalen Hurts was. He didn't choose Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts was given to him. He walked into Jalen Hurts.
No question.
So he had to find out what Jalen Hurts was.
Wait a minute, when you're given something, you got to know how to use it.
He did after 7 weeks. He
should have known he wasn't going to be a guy who could pass it 40 plus times.
You don't know until it's live action.
Yeah.
Some people surprise you.
Sometimes you got to read the directions.
Then he didn't watch college football. Then he didn't watch his college career.
Oklahoma, the kid had like 60 touchdowns his senior year.
At Oklahoma, he's throwing wide open in the Big 12.
I understand, but
he wasn't at Alabama.
He put up pretty good numbers at Alabama too.
But nobody thought he was a big passer coming out of Alabama.
That's why he was.
That's why
because he has limitations as a passer.
That's what Nick should have known.
He had to find out. I mean, there is a learning curve when you start with new personnel.
You don't go and say, I'm going to have this guy throw more than Tom Brady.
But if that's what the owners want, if they want a passing offense and they need a decision on Jalen Hurts.
See, you believe the owners were telling him they had to throw it 47 times a game.
I think the owners want to pass. They think that's the best way. And Nick Sirianni came in his interview and said, I'm going to make this passing offense dynamic. And then after 7 weeks of Jalen Hurts, he goes, never mind, I'm going to be a great run offense.
Or did he come in and say, I'll do whatever you want me to do?
But I don't think they would have changed. Howie and
then
Jeffrey.
They're 2-5, and they say, well, we have to win games. What's the best thing to do? And this guy, Shane Steichen, raises his hands in the meeting and says, our offensive line is really, really good.
Yeah,
I think we need to run the ball.
Like the fact that
Nick done that?
The fact that they didn't look at their personnel. Well, first of all, we don't know that he didn't. But I mean, the fact is the personnel
point to it.
That they wouldn't have walked into the room and understood an offense that, oh, wait a minute, we can't be the pass heaviest team in the NFL at the end of October.
I mean,
that makes no sense.
There's a rookie learning curve.
I think.
I mean, he was probably overwhelmed. He probably believes in Jalen.
And the overwhelm brings me back to the beginning point of this topic. That this is a guy, if he doesn't develop quarterbacks and he doesn't call plays, then where is he an offensive guru?
But he had never called plays. He had never been an OC. He kind of hurdled a bunch of things that most guys don't. So I think there was even more of a learning curve with him than most guys.
What would you say you do here?
No, I think there's a better chance. I don't think that the front office had a say in the passing game.
I don't either.
But with that said, I do think there's a better chance that the front office, if they did have a say, had more of a say at the beginning of the season And the switch up was Sirianni because of everything Jamie said.
I agree.
It is a.
I mean, this is a front
of course
office.
you agree. He's agreeing with you.
Yeah, because I think it's very intelligent points, Pat. Keep going.
But this is
you're on fire.
This is an owner that got mad at the previous head coach during a win for not throwing the football.
Yeah, the Green Bay game I can't shake.
That's damning. So I mean, when you look at just the history of this ownership group, it does make sense that Sirianni would come in. Hey, we want you to throw the ball and figure out what we have in this guy. Oh, okay. And then when you're one in whatever they were at, 2-5. Yeah, Jeffrey, this isn't working. I'm switching it up. What do you do? Fire him mid-season?
Then why would, if that was the case, then why would he take play calling away from himself?
Now I don't know that. I haven't gotten him on the phone and asked him.
That makes no sense then.
Maybe
the other premise you had makes sense, but there'd be no premise that would be acceptable where he'd take the play calling away from himself. If he wasn't to blame for it, he wouldn't take the play calling away from himself.
But they were the most penalized team in the league, heading for a record-setting pace. They were missing tackles. They were kind of just generally a sloppy football team. So he probably went, all right, I got to be a head coach to everyone here. I can't be a head coach to just the offense right now.
Did he do jazz hands like
probably? I mean, I think that's logical.
Bob, you think he went into the meeting and did?
Yeah, where did that come from?
The jazz hands?
Jazz hands?
Yeah,
did I just do that?
Yeah, you did jazz hands. You think he went into the meeting and did?
Yeah, maybe.
YouTube listeners get a entirely different experience.
I talk with my hands a little bit.
Jamie jazz hands. By the way, we got good news on Zach Wheeler. If you believe Zach Wheeler, it seems like everything's fine with Zach Wheeler. And when he's ready to come off, he'll be ready to come off and get ready to get back in here. And it looks like this was just a rest period.
Yeah.
For Zach Wheeler. That's like the best news we've had.
Yeah. That inflammation there, they said they just wanted to take care of, get rid of it. When they said that he was still going to throw on the side, but just kind of limit it down a little bit to get rid of that whatever's going on in his forearm, I took that as a good sign. Okay, good. They're just holding him back a little bit. Threw a lot of innings last year. He's thrown a lot of innings this year. You know, he's been out there every game for you.
And he's been pretty much exceptional 75% of the time.
He has been. And if you can get him back to where he was a month ago for this final stretch run, well, then you did the absolute right thing.
Pat, I got a deadline for you, though.
Okay.
The day after FanFest.
October 2nd?
Yep. Zach Wheeler cannot pitch past that date. The Phillies must clinch by Sunday, October 2nd. If not, Zach Wheeler will not be on full rest for the opener of the postseason.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
So think of FanFest as your target. The Phillies must clinch before FanFest, the day of FanFest, or the day after FanFest. If they do not, their starting pitching staff is not going to be on full rest for the most likely. Because they will still have to be trying to make the postseason, but when they go to Houston. And they're going to have to win games to make the postseason, which means you don't get to set up your rotation. The only way you can be guaranteed to set up your rotation is if by October 2nd you've clinched the division. That's the 100% clinch it by that day. You've made the postseason. You will know then that you can set up your rotation. Any other date, you're screwed.
FanFest October 1st. Phillies clinch October 1st. Eagles welcome Doug Peterson October 2nd.
Okay, sounds like a great day.
That's a good weekend.
Sounds like a really good weekend.
Yeah.
I like it. Sounds like a really good weekend. Jamie,
fat fingered the wrong button.
Would
I'm looking forward to Doug this year in Jacksonville. I'm going to follow them a little bit. I'm curious how they do.
To their 4 wins.
We better figure this.
By the way,
but if he gets to 6, he's coach of the year.
They're
no.
They're already loving him.
He's buying him hot Urban Meyer.
He comes in and buys them ice cream every single practice. Yeah, I'd love him
but
too.
it's a love affair with the media.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's a love affair. Everyone loves Doug.
Doug's cool.
And they are all over Doug Peterson, and they're believing it, and hopefully.
Yeah, but
I think
Doug.
that is. It's like Jamie, Bob.
Yeah,
it's in a dorky way. You can be lovable.
He's the ex-athlete they can relate to. You know, he played the game for 14 years or whatever, and he buys them ice cream.
Is he going to remind them that he played quarterback in the NFL?
Probably. You know, there's no layup passes in the league, John. If you played, you would know that.
Didn't realize that. I didn't play in the league.
He scolded the media here. He said there are no layup passes. You would know if you played.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's when you always know. There's two things when you know a coach is in trouble. When they remind you that, well, I played, I'm more knowledgeable of it than you, and when they start rattling off their accomplishments on their resume. I think that is always the kiss of death. When a coach starts telling you, I've been to 3 NFC title games. I've won 3 divisions. I know what I'm doing here. That's when you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And you've probably seen a million of them.
More than a million, yes.
Coaches on the hot seat.
Some coaches start out that way by giving you their resume and all of that.
They start out that way?
Can you think of anybody?
Yeah.
You can think of anybody, Bob? Like
Any names that come to mind?
Oh, my God. That
Couple.
is
I mean, if they come to mind, you should probably say them.
Yeah, write them down later when
I
they
have them in my mind.
Yeah.
That's all.
my gosh.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable. We look forward to having you be a part of us. And by the way, on Thursday, so 2 days from now, there will be a announcement on the morning show. We'll tell you about how your NFL season will be a little bit different.
A big announcement?
Yeah, I'm not going to make it like it's like earth-shattering, but I think it's big news.
Okay.
I think it's going to be fun news, and we'll I'm
excited to hear it. I don't even know what it is.
You haven't checked your email, have you?
Yeah, you got inundated
Bob,
yesterday.
you didn't check your email? You have information on this.
Wait, you have to respond.
My email isn't working, and my key card didn't work.
You're you're like the director of content here.
Yeah, so my email's not working, and my key card didn't work today.
It was a longer run than I thought, Pat.
How did you get in?
It was fun.
The announcement.
How did you get in?
That I'm getting traded to Amtrak?
No, I don't think that's it. There's a certain AM talk station right next door.
I'm going to be doing the Flower Show.
Needs a program director.
Okay.
Some of your,
I'm going to be doing the Home Improvement Show.
There you go. So there's plenty of stuff coming. We'll tell you about it. How your NFL listening this year is going to be a little bit different here on the Fanatic, and we appreciate you being a part of it. By the way, there are the first cuts are coming down. Like they're starting to cuts for today. The Eagles have a lot of people to cut today.
Yeah.
And there's
you got to get down to what, 53?
I wonder why it took so long. I think there's like 14 more cuts to come or something along those lines that still have to come today. That's weird to me.
It's a shame Greg Ward's injured because I do think that there's a guy that they could have gotten some value for if he was healthy.
Yeah.
He would have been a trade candidate. They could have gotten probably a 6th-round
People were waxing poetic yesterday about Greg Ward as if I feel terrible for him. I don't like any guy to have their dream go because of injury.
Yeah, they gave him the injury settlement bone on the way out the door.
But people were
nice.
like, oh, my gosh, like Greg Ward, like thanks for the memories and everything. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's been labeled a leader.
A leader.
Which a guy that doesn't get a lot of playing time, I've never really heard him speak all that much. That shows me that he's really a leader.
It shows that veterans love him.
Yeah.
So he was getting a lot of love on the way out the door. All right, we have a lot coming up for you, including...
I'm a lot happier that he's not a part of the wide receiver room, to be honest.
What kind of smart do you want to be? We'll get to it next. John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic. You know, if you're 21 years old, and if you're in Pennsylvania or New Jersey, you have the opportunity to download the BetParks app today. It's the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app, and it's absolutely the best. And you know what comes up on Saturday? College football. Saturday. It's finally here. Penn State, a small favorite at Purdue, 3.5-point favorite at Purdue. Temple, a road dog. And I got to tell you, I think it's a suspicious line. You're going to have to decide for yourself. I think week 1 in college football is very, very difficult on some of the point spreads. Not when you're talking about the heavy favorites, though. You can check out some of those, like Georgia and Alabama. You want to go to the betparksapp.com and download it today. The website's got all the details of the risk-free bet of up to $750. You're going to have a lot of fun. You can bet on the preseason win-loss totals, who's going to win the division or more. You got to be 21 in New Jersey or Pennsylvania. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
They're like the family from hell on acid that's on steroids.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. FanFest 2022 is coming.
Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live. Doors open at 1 p.m.
Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook.
Here's what to expect.
100-foot obstacle course, rock wall, mechanical shark, the Fanatic's haunted Halloween beach, the Sixers half court, the Philadelphia Union's mobile soccer field, the Flyers inflatable goal, Franklin the mascot, gritty, exotic sports cars. All of our Fanatic hosts, DJ Mo Green, loads of food and beer.
And just added, Eagles cornerback Darius Slay.
Darius Slay is brought to us by CSL Plasma.
The countdown is on. For more FanFest info and ticket raid days, go to 975thefanatic.com.
Fanatic Fan Fest 2022, Saturday, October 1st, from 1 to 5 p.m. at Xfinity Live, and only from 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
T-Mobile believes customers deserve to get more without paying more. Everything from entertainment benefits like Netflix on Us to travel benefits to Scam Shield protection, all with taxes and fees included. So the price you see is the price you pay. When you're a T-Mobile customer, you get over $225 in value every month in benefits with our Max Family Plan.
That's like paying for nosebleed seats and getting to sit in the front row.
That's right. At T-Mobile, your family gets over $225 worth of value and benefits with our Max Plan each and every month. Plus, with our Price Lock Guarantee, we won't raise your rate plan price for talk, text, and data ever.
That's like paying for a cab and getting a stretch limo.
At T-Mobile, you get value beyond the expected.
Qualifying service required. Value based on included monthly benefits. Sales tax and regulatory fees included in Max's monthly price. Price Lock guarantees rate price of talk, text, and data for new accounts with qualifying service. Exclusions apply. See details at T-Mobile.com.
You've got bugs. What's your move? A rattly can? Or a simple spritz? Bugs near your kids and pet? Will it be ingredients you can't pronounce? Ew. Or essential oils? Bother the bugs, not your family. Zevo uses essential oils, which attack bugs' biological systems, so Zevo kills bugs, plus is safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Zevo, people-friendly. Bug deadly. Now at a store near you.
I did a site visit, and the space is absolutely incredible.
Estate's Reiki Clinic is opening another studio across town.
But there's a lot to wrap up.
But staffing an entire office requires more than just deep breathing.
A receptionist and at least 4 new practitioners.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
It's John Kincade. You know, there's only one thing I really need to be happy. That's keeping my wife happy. And that's why a beautiful backyard paradise at our new home from Landis Block and Concrete will do the job for me. Beautiful patios, an outdoor kitchen, a fire pit, a retaining wall, whatever we want. Landis Block is going to be my resource for outdoor living. You just need the imagination, the space, and a budget. So lean on them. Trust them. You're not going to have to worry about a thing. Check out the photo gallery at landisbc.com. That's landisbc.com, because Landis Block is going to create the Kincades, a jaw-dropping outdoor paradise.
I thought we were going to the beer store.
We are.
But we passed 3 already.
We're going to the Beer and Cigar Superstore. B&B Beverages in historic Doylestown. This place is amazing.
That's like a 20-minute drive.
Relax. It's just minutes off the 202 byway. They have thousands of craft beers to choose from. Their staff knows everything about beer, and they have a larger selection of cigars than most cigar stores. Check them out at bnbbeverages.com.
You're going to drive me to drink.
Actually, I'm going to drive you to B&B Beverages, the Beer and Cigar Superstore. We'll drink when we get home.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to sing it.
We're singing words now.
We'll even sing the business part.
Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive.
Now that's a commercial you'll remember, even if you don't remember the bundle and save with Progressive part.
We're singing a commercial.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
This is the end of the jingle. A jingle about insurance.
Hey guys, it's Andrew. Kick off week 1 with FanDuel in partnership with Valley Forge, America's #1 sportsbook. Join today to get $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Just sign up with promo code Fanatic to get in on all the action and turn game day into payday all season long. I've already been telling you that I made a parlay wager for the division winners, and I have the Birds in it, so you can put that $5 down on anything, get the $150, and mess around with it. I got the Birds, Cincinnati, LA, Tampa, and I got Buffalo. That 5-leg parlay right there will score me just under $3,000. Bet on more than just the final score. Wager on anything from touchdowns to total yards to catches. You can even combine your bets for a chance at a bigger payout with that same game parlay. Don't fumble your chance for $150 in free bets. Win or lose. Use promo code Fanatic and make every moment more with FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus and present in PA. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's go time for our teachers, and Duncan is brewing up the perfect way to say thank you. On Thursday, September 1st, local educators will receive a free medium hot or iced coffee at participating Philadelphia Dunkin' restaurants. No purchase necessary. Limit 1 per guest. Excludes cold brew and nitro cold brew. Additional charges may apply. Participation may vary.
It can happen easily. A few drinks become a few too many. It's time to go, and you think of calling for a ride home. Nah, what's the worst that can happen? You get pulled over, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
The Union, well, they're still kicking ass. Colorado, get out of here. 6-0. You suck. After a fantastic 2021 playoff run, your Philadelphia Union, they're hardware hunting this year. First place in the East. They're taking care of business and cruising to the playoffs with incredible momentum. Tyrese Maxey was down there, and they don't lose on Tyrese Maxey night. Guys, you got to get down to a Union game. It's an awesome experience. They're the best team in the league this year. The crowd is electric. The fans bring the action and excitement the entire game long. They have 57 goals scored and only 20 goals allowed. They're that good. Andre Blake is the best goalkeeper in the league. And Philadelphia is a 5-for-5 city now. After destroying the Colorado Rapids, the boys in blue are facing the Atlanta United FC. And one thing we know about Atlanta sports teams is they don't choke. Except the Braves. Leave them out of this. Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. at Subaru Park. Get your tickets today at PhiladelphiaUnion.com.
Now, back to the John Kincade Show.
You think Jamie has some really crazy opinions? Don't worry. We do too.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Smooth. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Jamie, I think that someone needs to talk to you about having a little more energy in your commercials.
Well, just get me started on a stupid name like Atlanta United FC. Stupid.
The soccer names suck. Almost as a whole. They are they're stupid. They're just bad they're bad team names. It's just and it's like we're gonna copy Europe. We're gonna copy European names. Why not just do your own names?
Yeah,
don't copy Europe.
Well, the Union have a cool name, and they're going to be fighting for some hardware this year, Johnny.
I hope so.
They're dominating. They're rolling.
They are.
Team.
They really are.
They're steamrolling.
Now, we got to get out to a game.
We do.
Well,
we do. As a show.
There can be no, and there's no excuses, right? I mean, they should play for the championship.
No, Jim Curtin will be the first to tell you that.
No, he said.
Yeah, no excuses.
They're thinking.
They're stacked. They got like 4 10-plus goal scorers. They got Andre Blake, great defense.
They are dominant.
Yeah, they're killing it this year. So I hope it ends in some hardware down there at Subaru.
I'm watching Jim Curtin the other night. We were talking about it a little bit off the air yesterday. Jim Curtin was so appreciative of Tyrese Maxey showing up.
Yeah.
Like, it's genuine with Jim. And it shows. Jim's a perfect, not only is he doing a great job as a coach of your soccer team, but as an ambassador for building a sport in a town that is learning it.
Yeah.
He's like the perfect hire.
Yeah, he understands who he's talking to. That's half the battle.
He is a huge Sixers fan.
Huge.
Like Jim and I talk, like when I was covering the team, whatever, and since I've come here, he and I talk Sixers a lot. He loves basketball. He's the man.
Love it. I'm going to ask you a question, and it came off of a discussion yesterday that I was having. Would you rather be book smart or street smart? And I'm also asking too. I'll ask you first. Would you rather be book smart or street smart?
I always say this about my kids, that I hope they're either book smart or street smart. You hope both. But my
you
kids
rather
vary.
be?
I would rather be street smart.
And are you more street smart than book smart?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather be street smart, and yeah, I'm definitely more street smart.
I'm absolutely more street smart.
Street.
Okay, so all of us. All right, now.
Yeah, I don't even think it's particularly close.
Like
once you get outside of school, I mean,
yes, that there are,
I know some academically smart people that are so dumb it would hurt your brain. Couldn't just do daily errands and chores and
There is such a thing as overeducated.
The shady link that I got.
I've got 3 degrees, but
I don't know how to get to the Wawa down the road.
Right? I mean, there's book smart, there's street smart. And I think most people who aren't book smart probably say they'd rather be street smart. I don't know if people who are book smart would ever say they'd rather be street smart.
I think everybody thinks they're street smart.
I
think a lot of people think they're street smart, I should say.
I think the majority of people I know are not.
I'd agree.
That I interact with are not street smart.
You think you're more street smart than book smart?
Absolutely. Absolutely more street
I
smart.
thought you'd go the other way.
No, I'm definitely more street smart than book smart. As far as but the problem is then I get told by someone very close to me, goes, yeah, you are very good at understanding this, but you also get fooled by people. People fool you. So if you get fooled by people, you can't consider yourself street smart. Are you street smart if people can fool you because you fall for their con act? You assume goodness where there isn't any. You get played by people. Can you consider yourself street smart? So
I look for the angle first.
Yeah, first rule of street smart is don't trust anybody.
And I think you look for kindness first.
I do.
And I go, this person's being kind.
So does that not make me street? So does that not make me street smart?
Probably.
Patty, you don't assume kindness with anybody.
Usually not.
No.
In fact, we used to have a guy here, and he started. He came in one time and he goes, "Oh, hey Pat, how's your day?" And I told him afterwards, I was like, "Dude, that weirded me out." I was like, "What the hell do you mean by that? How's your day?" The way he said it, I was like Jamie.
Where did you?
Hey, Pat,
where did
how's
you
your day
out?
going? I was like, "What the f do you care?"
Whoa, that almost.
And that weirded you out.
It weirded me out.
Pat.
So I always think that someone has an angle.
Okay, so then take it this way. What about your favorite sports teams? Your managers, your players, your executives.
I'll vary on this, okay? I want my players and coaches to be street smart. I don't mind if my GM, if the people sitting up top are more book smart.
What is Howie Roseman?
Book smart.
Yeah, I would say completely book smart.
Daryl Morey, I think, is a complete intellectual.
Okay. I think Daryl Morey is one of the. See, now here's the thing.
He can be both.
I think he has both, but I think he's more. I think he is where he is because of his book smartness.
Here's the only thing, though, is Pat, and I'm going to bring it to you here. It's a subject we talked about earlier in the show. Howie Roseman, every one of us goes on instinct, I think, said book smart. And then, but Howie Roseman is considered a shyster and a con man by his peers and by agents.
Doesn't know what he's doing.
And by agents he works with.
Yeah, I think he's good at his job.
So but doesn't that make him street smart? He's able to fleece people.
He probably has a little bit of both. I mean, we think of book smart with him because of the fact that he's so good at maneuvering the cat.
Which I do.
That's a nerd thing. So you go, all right.
He's nerd smart.
Yeah, he must be book smart. But I mean, look, I think he's very good at taking advantage of situations. Like when Minnesota loses their quarterback. All right, I got Sam Bradford here. What do you want for him?
Like I'm a nerd on things, but I don't consider it nerd smart. Like, I nerd out on a lot of things as far as analysis, second-level thinking in stuff and everything, but I don't consider that smart. I sort of consider it a sort of a quirk that I always look at things. Like, it's how I look at things because I don't consider it a smartness because I never consider myself that smart. Like, book smart, I never considered myself book smart.
Yeah. I think street smart. I think book smart can lead to street smart. I'm not sure street smart can necessarily lead to book smart.
Book smart lead to street smart. I think you said the same thing
just
twice.
blew your
but it just blew my mind there.
That's because I'm street smart.
Book smart, street smart can't lead to book smart, but book smart could lead to street smart.
I don't
No,
think
I think you have it backwards.
No?
Street smart can lead to book smart. Book smart rarely
No.
leads to street
No.
smart.
No, it's the other way.
I think
That's
you
the
have
other
it.
way.
I think
No,
you have it
had
wrong.
No, I had it the right way.
I think you have it wrong.
Book smart can
What
sometimes
if you read
lead
a
to
book
street
on the street?
I don't think book smart leads to street smart at all.
Idiot.
Do we need book smart in sports then?
I think
So that's
street
the-
smart
that's the-
can be book
that's
smart.
the final.
I think if you're street smart, you can be both. I think if you're book smart, it's a lot tougher to be street smart.
I don't know many.
I see it differently as both.
I don't know many super intellectuals like multiple degree people and everything like that I consider street smart.
Exactly.
Like I don't consider them.
That's what I
always
thought you
consider
meant.
them sort of. I always considered them in a cocoon of education and higher learning, and whereas street smart, I always think the street smart person is trying to get you on their side, sort of work you. The book smart person is trying to say, I know better than you. Let me educate you.
Yes.
And I think there's a difference to that. As far as influencing people and everything, that's why I don't want book smart in my sports executives.
Street smart to me is common sense driven. You know, like I remember the first time I thought of this. I was driving home from a LaSalle game. I might have told you guys. I was driving down Broad Street, and I was going through the campus at Temple. And one of my oldest, Bobby, was getting ready to go to college in a year or so. And I saw a kid walking on the street about 11:30 at night, looking at his phone, head down, and not paying attention to where he was. And it almost brought tears to my eyes because I was thinking of, oh, my God, my son Bobby's. He was looking at Temple. He went to LaSalle, looking at these different, and I was scared, saying, is he street smart enough to walk the streets by himself, to be aware of his surroundings?
Right.
He proved to be. He went through 4 years at LaSalle and did prove to be. But that was the first time I really thought of it. Like, that kid could be carrying a 4.0, and he's not smart enough not to be looking at his cell phone at 11:30 at night and be aware of his surroundings.
I think I can teach you street smarts. I can't teach you book smarts.
Yes.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Okay, there's so many layers to this
I can
onion.
teach you how to study for a test. Like there were kids that I went to school with that were like, I mean, they were really great students, and they finished at the top of the communications department in our graduating class, and I just knew you're never going to make it because they were great students, they were great studiers, but they didn't have the ambition, the drive, and how to change on a fly and handle this,
adapt.
Yeah, and how to. But you know what they knew how to do? They knew how to study till 3 a.m. I could teach you how to study till 3 a.m.
Yeah,
I'm not giving tests.
It's still hard to.
By the way, Professor Kincaid's not giving tests.
Yeah, I didn't have many of them.
I don't think tests matter.
No, I mean you can memorize stuff. It's just a matter of how you go about doing it.
Not everybody can.
You have to. I mean, it's like we're getting a phone call.
So you're
right
getting a phone call right now from
somebody
somebody.
from one of those.
It's one of
students
your.
who wants
It's
to
one,
argue it.
there you go.
No, it's like in the movie Big when he equates it when he's trying to help the kids study and he equates it to basketball. Like that's how I literally to this day, if I need a number combination, I think of what player it goes.
Do you
to.
really?
Yeah, every time, and I remember it.
Absolutely.
Hey, Wawa's 2 for $5 Sizzly deal makes breakfast the most important deal of the day. Great mornings start at Wawa. Jamie did the 2 for $5 today and took care of Chevy.
Yeah, they got him the double bacon croissant.
The double bacon.
Yeah, I think it's fairly new.
Here's D in Delco. D, good morning. You're on the Fanatic. How are you?
I'm all right. How's it going, y'all?
D, what is it? Street smart, book smart? Give us your phone.
All right. So for me, you can be street smart. You can always be taught. You can't teach street smarts.
You can't teach it?
You can't teach it. It's something you have or you don't have.
Really?
I think it's easier to teach. How about this, D?
It's something you have or you don't have.
Now,
and the reason I say that is you can take the classic kid from the hood and they can have all the street smarts in the world. Someone can put time in with them and they can have the book smarts.
See, now, D.
You'll never have that street smarts if you don't have it.
See, now, D,
you have to know.
You're a Delco guy. So
I'm a Philly guy.
Okay, well, but I mean, as far as the idea is that when my daughter had identified saying, I want to go to school, she wanted to go to school in a big city, and she wanted to go to Temple for a lot of time. And so I literally said every time we visited town here when we came home, we didn't stay out near the family. We stayed downtown because I wanted her to walk the streets. I wanted her to learn how to go to an ATM. I wanted her to learn how to make smart decisions. So I literally taught her how to handle the streets.
You taught her. You think you taught her. You don't really know.
Well, no, but I definitely taught her things she never knew. Put your damn phone away. Here's how you work this.
Same thing.
Here's what you do on the subway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still not the same thing though. It's not. You can teach her.
Well, then how did you learn? How did you learn street smarts?
From growing up in the city.
Well, then there it is.
walking the streets of North Philly, understanding when something don't look right.
So you understood what Bob was saying.
Yeah, it's a gut.
It's a gut feeling. Like, you have to be able to, like, I can tell if there's about to be some stuff that's going down at this Chinese restaurant at the corner. Like, that stuff that you see, that stuff that you get aware of the longer you're in it, and it's something that you just got a gut feeling.
I don't know if I've ever agreed with the caller.
My sister, on the other hand, grew up in the same area. I bring her to the city. She's lost.
She's lost? Hey, D, are you coming to?
Just never did.
Are you coming to FanFest?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. We'll look forward to seeing you.
I don't know if I've ever agreed with a caller more than I agree with him.
And like the idea of...
Yeah, I don't think you can teach it. I don't. I think you take a person that's been in a bubble in the suburbs and drop them into the city, and they are completely lost.
But I also don't think street smart necessarily means like city smart. I think it just means outside of school smart, common sense smart. Like, I think you can be street smart in Lancaster. I don't think it has to do with like urban settings and mean streets. I think it's just... book smart is in the walls of the school.
Wait,
you're great at that.
These Amish people are in a Dodge Charger. What's going on here?
When you walk outside of the school,
fishy.
What's your street smarts? You know, like I don't think I think it's an in-school, out-of-school thing. That's it. I don't think it necessarily means like, can you navigate North Philadelphia if I drop you off? It's like, no, could you?
Yeah, but somebody without street smarts wouldn't know what to do.
Well, yeah, but they probably wouldn't know what to do in Lancaster either.
Oh, I'd know what to do in Lancaster. Me, Jebediah, Ezekiel, we'd be
you've been
chilling, bro.
You've been looking at that Amish website. Huh? I know what you're up to, you sicko.
Lobstertube.com, Amish.
Yeah.
There's plenty of pages.
Erect this barn.
Uh-huh.
Oh, man.
Let me see them ankles, girl.
All right, in the linchpin. Jamie says that he's ready to coronate somebody for having the right plan.
This is the linchpin.
I'm 99% of the way to the goal line. All I need is to see some competent play for the first 5 weeks to believe that Nick Sirianni is absolutely right for the way he handles training camp and preseason games. And what pushed me that close was seeing Adam Schefter's tweets. I think it was Saturday, maybe Sunday, I forget. 3-day weekends kind of run together. Was TJ Watt leaving the game with an injury, Deontay Johnson leaving the game with an injury. I didn't need to know how severe the injury was. I didn't need to know if it's going to keep them out weeks. Probably precautionary type injuries. The fact that injury was tied to two of their best players' names in a preseason game sold me. I am done with my best players playing anything outside of a series in the preseason. I'm done with it. I don't care. Even the slightest thing like that gave me chills down my spine, because if I read A.J. Brown leaving the game with a mild calf strain and, Darius Slay leaving the game due to an injury, I would have needed new shorts and been completely pessimistic on the season. As long as they come out and look like a competent football team those first 5 weeks, I'm 100% in Nick Sirianni's camp.
Can we say 4-1?
It's not even necessarily the record.
Whoa. No, it is.
No,
the record, it is.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking more like the sloppiness of penalties and tackling.
I want wins and losses.
I'm talking about style of play. I don't want to see missed tackles and penalties accumulating like they were those first 5 or 6 weeks last year. Of course you want the wins, but I'm talking more what training camp is, which is cleaning up sloppiness. But seeing that from the Pittsburgh Steelers and Adam Schefter's Twitter over the weekend, I went, I'm done. TJ Watt and Deontay Johnson, I'm out.
And that was an overreaction on both.
Probably. It doesn't matter. Even if they chip an ankle or, I get an infected hangnail. I don't care. Just the fact seeing their two stars of the team leaving the game with an injury was enough for me. I'm done.
Miles Sanders got hurt in the tub.
So what do you do with this? We talked about it a little bit yesterday.
Control what you can control and get to week one.
With preseason. And this isn't working anymore. I was saying yesterday, James, that I was in PJ's on Saturday night, and the featured game of the week, preseason game of the week, was Cincinnati and the Rams. And they show the Cincinnati sideline, and there's all their starters in street clothes. Rightfully so. I understand. But, like, what's going on?
I'll be honest. I don't really care anymore.
I know. Well, nobody
the product
does.
is so bad that I watch maybe 3 minutes of the third game.
Right.
I
so
watch
what does the NFL do going forward here?
Stop charging people full-time ticket prices is a good starting point. Outside of that, I mean, it's for the guys that are competing for roster spots, and practice is for your starters to get better. So you control what you can control with your starters. The games are for the guys fighting for their jobs, and that's that. Lower ticket prices. Don't make it the same price as regular season crap, and I don't think anybody cares. Lower it to 2 games. I don't care. It's stupid. It's a bad product for the viewer. For the guys that are competing for the jobs, it's a different story.
Okay.
For us, the viewer, it's pointless.
Okay, Lions, Commanders, Jacksonville. Lions, Commanders, Vikings, Jacksonville. You better be 3-1.
Yeah, you should be.
Don't be 2-2.
No,
and
they're
then
4-0.
say we had the right approach.
Have I not been saying it clearly
4-0
enough?
would be
They're
great.
4-0.
That'd be great. I missed that day, Bob.
No, it's on the website, digital content.
But 2-2? Don't tell me you did the right thing if you're 2-2 and you come out and you do this and you pee away games you should
Well,
win.
what if Jalen Hurts is the reason they're 2-2?
Then maybe he could have benefited from some more work.
Do you think really? Do you really think that Jalen Hurts would benefit from an additional half of football in the preseason?
Do I actually
That's
think
going to fix him?
Do I think maybe, how about a 2-hour practice?
No. They do their practice.
No,
Bill Belichick came
practice
into
like
Philadelphia and lauded Nick Sirianni in his rookie year for how well he ran practice.
By the way, every opposing coach is going to talk nice about
okay.
every opposing coach.
But I mean, an extra half hour? Jalen Hurts has it or he doesn't. Like, an extra half of work in a preseason isn't going to change things.
Or just during the week. Not a 50-minute practice. How about an hour and a half practice?
But if you're getting more in those 50 minutes than other coaches
you
aren't.
You don't know that you are.
People
You're
have said he
assuming
does.
that.
People have said, look, I can only go on what's reported, and people are reporting that he runs a very efficient, fast-paced practice, and they get a lot out of it.
Here's what bothers me about that, and this is nitpicky. NFL games aren't very crisp and clear and done in 50 minutes. Like,
no, there's 13 minutes of action in 3 hours.
Yeah, like, are you losing something by not practicing that? You know, I don't want to say patience, but NFL games are long. Practices for 50 minutes. I worry that prepares you for a long NFL game. I mean, they're used to playing it. I understand all that, but
I mean, it's
just different.
Yeah, I mean, a 3.5 hour grind, physical grind on a Sunday afternoon. I'm just thinking he's smarter than the room. He believes.
No, I don't think it's that at all.
Well, he's doing things that no one's done before.
Well, good.
And he's doing it.
I like an outside the box
so
thing.
then I got you. But then he thinks, obviously, they're not doing it right.
I don't think
I have a better idea.
It means it's a war of attrition, and I want my full staff week 1.
Yeah, I think there is a difference between thinking you're the smartest guy in the room and just changing it up and seeing if your way can work.
Okay,
Chip Kelly thought he was the smartest guy in the room.
Who are the best coaches? Belichick, Tomlin, Andy Reid, all them. They all practice significantly longer during training
camp. That doesn't
camp.
mean Nick's style will be ineffective.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
One of the reasons why they're some of the best coaches, though, is because they've been around the longest, and the older coaches are doing it this way. The younger coaches are doing it more of Nick Sirianni's way, like Sean McVay, the boy wonder. I don't know if you know.
Well, McVay practices much longer.
But he can memorize plays.
He does, but he practices much longer.
Yeah, and he memorized every play.
So he's long, but his team practices longer. They don't have the 50-minute practice.
Well, I guess we'll find out if this team looks gas in the fourth quarter, then
if he
your
gets
argument has credence.
And if Sirianni gets to 2 Super Bowls and wins one, I'll think differently about his approach, and I'll compare him to Sean McVay. Until then, I won't.
Oh, the boy wonder.
I won't until then.
Greatest coach of all time.
Yeah, he's quite dominant.
He memorizes plays.
He's quite dominant.
Did you know that?
He is. He knows them all.
Every play.
He knows them all. And I'd like going to Super Bowls.
He gets up at 2:30 in the morning, John.
He's weird.
Rise and grind.
He's weird. Well, no, he does do that. And you know what? He probably says that. I can promise you. There's one lucky horseshoe the 2021 Eagles had that I don't think the 2022 Eagles will have. What is it? Find out next. Last hour of the show's coming your way. John Kincade Show on The Fanatic.
The wait is almost over. I lost some money on college football this past weekend, but it doesn't matter because football's back and a new football season is about to begin. We're on the doorstep of Week 1 action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. To celebrate the return of football, DraftKings is giving new customers a can't-miss offer. Bet just $5 on any football game and get $200 in free bets instantly. Want some action for opening night? Everyone can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. Get up to 7. You win. Get up by 7 in the game, you win. Bet on any NFL team of your choice, and your team leads by 7 points at any point during the game, and you'll get paid instantly, even if your team loses. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code FANATIC. That's code FANATIC, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Bonus issued as free bets. One early win token issued as opt-in, money lines bet only. Deposit and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at DraftKings.com/football terms in partnership with Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
You're a middle-aged man. You can't be a DJ.
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Hi, it's Cuz. Is your summer weight loss plan not working out as well as you hope? Look, hope is not a strategy. This is what you got to do. Contact njdiet.com today. They will contractually guarantee you will lose 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. Just go to njdiet.com. Their program starts with bioenergetically personalized supplements that are based on your saliva, your hair, and your blood work. And then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to create your ideal diet plan and workout regimen to help you keep the weight off. You're not sure you can do it alone? NJ Diet's with you every step of the way. You're fully monitored by their certified staff to make sure you're burning fat, not just losing water. You'll also get the doctor's personal email and phone number. NJ Diet is committed to you keeping the weight off. It's all natural, no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Locations close by: Newark, Delaware, King of Prussia, Cherry Hill. Worldwide live online video consultations. Call them. 855-5NJ-DIET or go to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com and lose the weight for good.
Home title theft. It's on the rise, and it's devastating if it happens to you. Listen to the alarming words of an actual home title thief.
I don't need to know your date of birth and social security number. All I have to do is go to public records, create a document, and file that document. And then I can borrow against the house or sell the house. You may have no clue until you find out that your house has been sold or till several loans or several banks are foreclosing on you.
For pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. The instant they detect any tampering, you'll get an alert. And that's bad news for home title thieves.
So the problem with a company like Home Title Lock is that they can get me in the middle of the crime, and that's your worst fear.
Are you already a victim? Find out today with your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value, free with sign up. Just go to HomeTitleLock.com. That's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
Long weekends are all about getting a little you time. And at the Home Depot, you time means you building, you drilling, you doing, you recharging, you saving, and you going back for more. Do Labor Day your way and get a free 18-volt battery with select Milwaukee Power Toolkit purchases at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino, Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
To you, my love, my heart I surrender just as soon as I deal with yonder fender bender. Cause my ice cream truck is the way I make cash. So I'll buy you a ring when I lose this dress rash.
Owning a small business isn't always as lovely as it sounds, but at least Progressive Commercial saves you money with personalized discounts. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
I'm gonna make you so happy sometime next year, I hope.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage and discounts not available for all vehicles or states. Policy terms and conditions apply.
Businesses of all types and sizes are saving money with Pico because Pico's got the financial incentives and technical expertise to help you reduce your energy use and to save cash. See how Pico's helping businesses like yours take greater control of their energy costs to improve their bottom line. Simply complete a customer survey on Pico's digital portal and an energy profile. The report will be generated for you, and this profile is going to provide specific recommendation based on your facilities, equipment, and energy use with great ways to save while either maintaining or increasing productivity.
Hellsberg Diamonds presents The Guy Who Got It Right. Tim needed an engagement ring. He did research, listened to hints from his fiance's friends,
She wants a lab-grown, oval cut, and white gold with a halo.
and he went to Hellsberg Diamonds. At Hellsberg, Tim found an incredible selection of high-quality, lab-grown, and natural diamonds. He also found the ring she really wanted.
Nailed it. She is gonna freak.
Be like Tim. Find the ring of her dreams at a Hellsberg near you or at Hellsberg.com. Ask now about special financing offers.
If you run a small business, efficiency has never been more important. So for a limited time, Comcast Business is introducing small business savings. Call now to get powerful internet for just $39 a month for 12 months with no annual contract and a money-back guarantee. All on the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/22. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Restrictions apply. New business 50 megabits per second customers only. Equipment, taxes, and other charges extra and subject to change. After promo, regular rates apply.
FanDuel, in partnership with Valley Forge, wants you ready for college football. This week, new customers get $150 in free bets for week one. Place a $5 bet and get $150 in free bets, win or lose. Bet college football any way you like. Now, you're going to have a lot of heavy favorites early on in the season, because the big boys like to pick up some wins against lesser opponents. Maybe you like dropping those big lines, or maybe you like taking the underdogs. There's just so many different things you can do. You can try a same-game parlay, live betting, or bet big promotion like odds boosts, whatever you want to do. Are you new to FanDuel? Well, the app is easy to use. They're always hooking you up with great odds, and they pay fast. See why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook? Download the FanDuel app today and sign up with promo code Bob. Place a $5 bet to get $150 in free bets. College football is back, baby. Use promo code Bob. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets that expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station, home of the most entertaining sports talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia. The John Kincade Show
It's about nothing. Everybody's doing something. We'll do nothing.
on 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
The heat wave is over tonight, they say. Saying all this hot, sticky weather is going to be gone, and some violent storms potentially tonight.
Uh-oh, look out.
So be careful.
Need the
out
water.
there. What are you eating? What were you eating during the break?
He likes those caramel creams.
Caramel cream things.
They're like the cowtail.
Like Nana's candy.
I'm taking this medicine, and it leaves me feeling weird. You ever get to a point where you feel like you're
Where are you putting this medicine?
What are you doing, Aaron Rodgers?
What?
I thought you were doing the Aaron Rodgers stuff.
No.
Is it a suppository?
No. So it kind of like a few hours into the show, it gets me kind of...
Really?
Yeah, just weird. So it feels like if I eat something, it kind of...
The caramel, though,
makes me street smart.
The caramel candy, though, is like that's like Nana's dish candy.
I've never heard you say that except 1,000 times before every time I get it.
No, but he's right, though.
It is. It's the Nana's candy.
It bears repeating
Wait a
because of
minute.
the fact that...
The caramel creams, the little strawberry candy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And the Werther's Original.
Yeah, and the Werther's Originals.
And Cowtails Grandma didn't have, but it's
what
the same
are Cowtails?
It's basically a long phallic-shaped caramel cream.
Yeah, it's trash.
Never heard of that.
Absolutely. Yeah,
No, I liked them
So
as a kid.
grandma had phallic-shaped candy.
Well,
It's
no.
not phallic shaped. It literally is the shape of a tail. Come on.
Well,
I mean, maybe for you, it's long and pencil thin.
It could be
Yeah.
the tail.
It has
It is.
different meaning.
Yeah, maybe for some
Now,
people
Bob
it is phallic
It's not
shaped.
small. It's pencil thin.
Bob made something the other day
It's a movie line.
that was pretty incredible. Bob made up, he had you were out. He had 2 bags of chips. Well, he had a bag of chips and a bag of pretzels.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie knows that. He does it too.
No,
That
I don't. But I'm intrigued.
He literally made the bag up so it was half chips, half pretzels. And it
great
was
snack.
that's a great combo.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely amazing.
It's like every night I get a little bit of a snack, and it'll be that a lot of nights, pretzels and potato chips.
But you
mixed
like take
together.
you go in, you take and you make
Just
a little.
yeah.
Do
Like
you make them in a
little
bowl, or
sure.
a napkin?
No, in a little bowl, and then you have to like squish it around so that they're mixed properly. Sometimes you have to break the pretzel.
Okay.
Because they're too big for the
Okay,
pieces of chips.
here's what I don't understand. Why don't they have salt and vinegar pretzels?
They
have salt and vinegar chips.
I would support that.
Salt and vinegar pretzels would be a great thing. How come they don't have hers has those amazing black cracked pepper and sea salt chips? Why don't they make pretzels that are black cracked pepper and sea salt pretzels?
I support.
I
mean,
think
come
you're
on.
onto something.
Come on, hers, get on it.
You would be a terrible taste tester.
That's not true. If something
think it
sucks,
is.
I'll tell you it sucks.
But nothing. You have
love
a palate
everything.
that
I
likes
like a lot,
everything.
yeah.
So you wouldn't be a good taste tester.
Yeah, but I like a lot. That doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah, but I mean, some of the stuff you do like is crappy.
Like what?
You've had some, I've seen you eat some combinations.
No.
Yes.
No.
Pat?
Yeah,
Jamie
it's the
eat
guy
it.
that will come in over the weekend, and if pizza's been sitting there for 2 days, he'll take a slice.
Yeah, but the pizza was fine. Pizza wasn't crap. It was just out.
You ate something recently. You said you'll eat bread if it's moldy. You just scrape the mold off.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not above picking the mold off of
How
a
about
piece of
Pat?
bread.
Pat, I was telling the girls.
It's your last piece of bread, and you're trying to make a sandwich, and there's a little mold on it. You go, okay, I'll just remove the mold.
I'm not eating it.
I was telling the
you guys are cowards.
I was telling the girls about Pat
Okay, Tommy,
eating
tough nuts.
chocolate hummus.
It was dessert hummus. Yeah. So the brownie
dessert.
batter.
I still don't know that's a thing.
It
I
is.
mean, I'm
It
sure
is-
it is.
no, it
but
is a
like,
thing.
I've never seen it.
Christina knew it. She wouldn't eat it, but she loves hummus. But she doesn't want to do the dessert.
I'll tell you, next time I'm at Wegmans,
let's do a little
I'll
taste
get some.
test.
LP,
You guys will be converters.
hey, I can't do. No, I don't do hummus. So I'm all right.
It's
I won't
not,
be
but
doing
like you wouldn't know. It literally tastes.
Is it chickpea?
Yeah.
it. Ew, it's chickpea brownies. That's
Look,
like
I'm telling you, look, if I didn't tell you it was dessert hummus, you would not know.
Yeah, but what did you get fed the other day, Jamie? That we were talking about that if somebody fed that to you,
Possum.
If
That's where
someone
big.
Coach,
I would fight
Coach
them.
ate possum.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
So you said that if somebody fed that you'd fight them.
Yeah, after I puked.
And
See,
that's what the big possum used to make the interns do to get the job.
So if you had something, some of our good ones slip through the cracks too. I found out the other day. I didn't realize that. Some
Don't
of the
you
history.
dare work with somebody to get possum in here and trick me, John, because I don't want to fight you, but I will.
But
So wait a minute. If you enjoyed it and you ate it and you wolfed
I would
it down,
throw up. Yeah, because the thought of eating
you
that
loved it, but you
fat-tailed
loved it.
possum is
but
disgusting
you're
to me.
taking the mold off of a bread and then throwing it in your mouth.
Yeah, I mean, the whole piece of bread isn't infected by the mold. It's just that little
But clearly,
No.
the bread is like it's
The bread's
it's
moldy
old,
then.
it's dirty. It's
little part of it is moldy, not the whole piece. You just picked the mold off. Are you guys serious?
yes,
Yeah. Oh God.
Yes.
You're all
Yeah,
I
cowards.
would
we're
throw,
not the
I'd
weird
throw
one here.
out the entire loaf.
Oh, absolutely.
If it's just like a
Yes.
couple little spots.
Loaf
Oh,
gone.
you guys are cowards.
I gotta ask Jamie: is there anything that you do that you will admit you're the weird one, and you recognize, yes, this what I do here is weird?
Yeah, I think I have no problem admitting where I'm
Well,
weird.
hold this, Pat, Bob, myself. We'll come up with something for tomorrow. Much like Ricky Bono's, Jamie, admit you're weird. Okay, we're going to come up with some things. Jamie, admit you're weird. So don't talk about it
The
anymore.
moldy bread, I don't
We'll
think
do
is
it
a
tomorrow.
weird move.
We'll do.
I talked to Chuck about it. He goes, "Yeah, I'd pick the mold off too."
Wait a minute, Chuck's weird too.
Well, yeah, Chuck didn't have
He's weird,
strawberries
too.
till he was like 45.
But we'll
dude.
get to
Well,
that.
it's just not about wasting bread. It's not completely bad. It's just like 2% bad.
Your heart bleeds for the
Is there a
bread.
bread shortage?
If I'm at my house and it's preventing me from a sandwich,
And don't
yeah,
tell me
there is.
And
Jamie comes from that Stroman money.
And by the way, don't tell me about the price of going to the grocery store or complain about it anymore after what you paid for Chinese.
Well, I didn't make the prices.
And you got it delivered, didn't you?
No, I picked that up.
You picked that up at that price?
Wait, how much?
No,
I didn't hear this.
All right, I'll give you the order and you guess.
Gosh. Listen to it.
It was Singapore street noodles, chicken lo mein, order of spring rolls, a small pork fried rice, and 2 orders of dumplings. Because Paige now eats like a damn adult.
Basically, it's 4 sides and 2 mains.
4 sides, 2 mains.
Take a guess on the price.
I'll go with $42.
I wish. $71. Oh, and there was a steamed broccoli in there. I forgot that.
The $8 steamed broccoli.
Did they fly it in from China?
Yes,
I don't understand.
Dude, are you kidding me?
China.
I almost had a heart attack. We were hoping they lost our order by the time I went to pick it up.
Did you know that there was that much?
Addie called it in. I was picking it up, and she said, "I can't believe that was just $71." And I said, "What?"
I'm calling back and canceling the order.
I'd cancel.
I mean, yeah, probably should have.
Oh my God!
I mean, when you have Jamie money, it's not.
Where
a
are you
problem,
going
but-
for Chinese?
Normal Chinese places. I'm not flying to Beijing.
71.
Let's not act like you're above that, though, James.
$71?
It's outrageous. I feel like nobody else notices what's going on in this world, and they're just price gouging us everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, no one notices. You're the only one.
I'm the only one.
Emperor has no clothes.
$71.
Hey, by the way, the 9 o'clock.
Ridiculous.
The 9 o'clock hour of the John Kincade Show is brought to you by the Bagster. It's a dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com. There's one lucky horseshoe that the 2021 Eagles had. They were one of the healthiest teams last season in the NFL. Games lost by starters. But it's one thing that continues to haunt me, because this doesn't tend to happen 2 years in a row. And I have proof. Games lost by starters. Year to year, it tends to change drastically. And year to year, let's just say it doesn't tend to benefit the same teams over and over again. That is the problem here. Teams one year will have the most games lost, and then the next year, they'll be among the top 6 healthy. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but one thing is, here's top 10 teams in one season, games lost next year, top 10. No more than 2 tend to repeat. So the injury bug that didn't happen last year, unless you're lucky to be in like the 20%, the injury bug's going to hit this year. And last year was a major dodged bullet. It doesn't happen. I just don't, on the average year, 1 year going 1 year to the next, here's the top 10 teams, and then I just knock it down, go the year before. Now, the COVID year sort of screwed things up because there were COVID things, so I tried to throw out the COVID season. And it seems as if 1 year there's 2, 1 year there's 3, 1 year there's 4, 1 year there's 2, 1 year there's 3 of the top 10 teams. Good luck doesn't hold with injuries in the NFL. Last year, that helped a lot for the Eagles.
It's why I don't have it in the forefront of my mind. Look, injuries are going to happen. You're lucky if they don't. Okay, like you said. That is correct. You're lucky if you're in that top 10 of non-injuries
2
for
years
consecutive years.
Right, exactly.
I mean, they just happen. You just have to go about your business, play your game. You can't let it rule your day. When it does happen, you have to react to it. But trying to... it's not that you're being preventive. Like what Sirianni did, I understand. And you and I have come around a little bit more on that, John.
Absolutely.
But, God, I can't go into a game thinking about injuries. And I can't, not do something because of injuries when the...
Game.
No, I hear you. Yeah, you're right.
And come week 1, they're not going to be thinking about that anymore.
Yeah,
It's mitigating the damage before you get to the game.
Do you play like you practice? If you practice afraid of injury.
By that standard, the whole league is not practicing the way they used to.
Nothing like the Eagles.
Yeah.
The Eagles are the far end of
there's some
stranger danger.
Yeah, I believe to a degree there's some of that, muscle memory and tackling, but I think these guys are mostly all, veteran type players that I think you can kind of translate what you're going to get come game time.
Yeah, I think I don't think the Eagles are asking them not to ever get in a car. I think they're asking them to put their seatbelt on. The fear of getting into an accident. It's like
a good analogy, Pat.
I can't get into a car. Well, no, just be smart about it. Put your seatbelt on and you just continue to get on 76 and all that. So I think that's what the Eagles are doing with the way that they practice. At this point, if you're in the NFL, you should know how to practice and tackle and all that stuff.
I would tell them to avoid 76. If the Eagles were smart, they would tell their players to avoid 76 at all costs.
It's probably the safest place because it's always backed up. You're only going to go about 12 miles an hour. So
I don't equate it so much as players and coaches going into it with injury on the forefront of their mind. But I do think that fans, more than any other time that I've been around, let it rule their day.
Oh, it is.
More than before. Like Jamie talks about Joel Embiid, how every time he falls, he still, gasps and worries. I find more and more people are like Jamie, unfortunately.
That's really scary.
This is the normal. I'm not the weird one, Bob.
No, you're the weird one. All right. Hey, LP Smart Side Trim and Siding helps you efficiently install more siding in less time. Side with LP Smart Side Trim and Siding. Visit lpcorp.com/pro to learn more today. In case you didn't think Jamie was the weird one on the show, he's going to prove it now in Jamie's world.
Let's find out what's in Jamie's world.
All right, now the YouTube community is probably going to get a little bit of a benefit here because there's a little bit of visual going on to my demonstration. This is another TikTok teen hack that I learned just last night and started trying out, and I'm finding some relief with it because I know a lot of people out there have sinus allergies like myself, and it's just brutal. I'm allergic to everything, apparently.
Okay.
So I'm watching one of these TikTok videos. I don't even have TikTok, but now Instagram's so lazy, they just repurpose TikTok content on Instagram, so I don't really feel the need for it. So this is a sinus relief hack I learned. So what you do is you grab your two thumbs.
Okay, two thumbs.
And you basically fish hook the front of your nostrils, and you pull it up and out. So you kind of pig nose yourself as I do it to myself. You hold for 15 seconds, and it's supposed to bring on sinus relief. And I was a little doubtful of it when I tried it last night, but I immediately felt my left nasal passage kind of get some relief and open up a little bit.
I think your nose is looking a little piggy, though, today.
I'm worried about the long-term effects
about the pig nose?
The nose, I mean, there's no bones in there. It's all pretty flexible.
Tom Brady could hook you up with somebody to just change your nose.
You should see yourself on YouTube. You look like an idiot.
But I don't care if I look like an idiot if I get some nasal relief,
All right,
Bob.
15 seconds.
Oh, I can already feel
Hope Chevy's getting it. You feel it? You feel it really starting to hit?
Oh, it's the good stuff right there.
So is this a TikTok doctor?
No, it's a teen.
It's just some kid who made it up, and Jamie's believing it. That's all.
I'm telling you,
But
it works.
You're following some teenager on TikTok.
I'm not following this person. It just popped up in my algorithm. It's golf, women.
Why would they be
food
why would it be in your algorithm and not mine?
Because you're not looking at the same stuff I am, apparently.
You're looking at teenagers that pick their nose.
I get a lot of these TikTok hacks in my algorithm.
TikTok hacks.
I told you when I had COVID and I went for a test one time, the girl went so far up that she cleared my whole nose for like a week.
Right.
So I'm thinking of just getting swabs up there and doing that like every few days.
You can poke your eye out.
You pig nose yourself and just fish hook your nose
You know
up.
what it is, though, Jamie? If you do the pig nose thing, you might end up getting a pig nose. And pig nose.
Well, I'm worried about that, but
he could carry that
my
off.
wife loves me. I'm in it for the long haul.
Now,
so
when you did the fish hooks yesterday with the nose and everything, were the kids around? Did they?
No, I did it at nighttime.
Oh, you did it by yourself?
And then I immediately felt my left nostril kind of.
You still sound
like
very clogged.
Yeah,
today.
I've been going through it this past weekend with the allergies and whatnot. But I'm telling you, this TikTok hack, so far, 24 hours in, I'm a big fan.
I'm going to bring in a big thing and put it up your nose and see if that works, too. I'm here to help you.
I'm good on that. I'll just pig nose myself.
Pig nose.
I'd rather... Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you would.
Okay.
Yeah. Have I sold you guys?
Is Pat doing it?
Pat, would you do it?
Yeah.
Were you trying it?
Yeah.
How did
you feel anything?
I've had a post-nasal drip for about a week and a half, so I'm ready to try anything at this point. I'll pig nose myself.
So you will pig nose it?
Absolutely. I'll pig nose it all day.
I don't think Chevy's doing it. I don't think Haley's doing it.
I mean, I think you should probably only do it if you...
Yeah, if you need
allergies.
you shouldn't just walk around.
The point that I keep coming back to on these things is these, like, the TikTok hacks. That's a stupid teenager that knows nothing.
No, not necessarily. There's some older people.
A smart teenager.
Yeah. A smart teenager with like a degree in
you could be a book smart teenager,
and knowing
or
sinuses and everything like that.
Whatever works,
Yeah,
right?
let's
It
not
doesn't
assume
matter.
Just because they're a teenager, they're dumb. They might, teenagers
What would their
should teach us some
background
stuff.
be that they would understand the sinuses and how to cure something.
Maybe they were nose pickers and they discovered something.
Yeah,
right,
maybe they tried it out for themselves. It worked, and they're bestowing their wisdom on people like Jamie, and it's working for him.
I follow some 40-year-old plus woman that's a cleaning hack person.
Now
it's great.
Now
Who cares what age they are, as long as it works.
Now I did the hack of Bobby Flay teaching me how to quarter a chicken.
There you go.
A rotisserie chicken. And my wife is amazed at how I can quarter a chicken now. Just from watching Bobby Flay do it, knowing the proper knife to take, knowing how to hold the knife when I do it. She's like, okay, that is pretty cool. Like, I could take a rotisserie chicken and get it bang, 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 be done.
You can't cook it for crap, but you can get it cut into quarters. Yeah. We need you to start practicing a little bit more. You have to start practicing your cooking a little bit more. Yeah, because winter grilling, John, is one of the most delightful items that you're ever going to find here up north.
I like
winter
being out
grilling
in the cold and grilling. It's nice. Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, we don't. When we get our when the outdoor patio's there, I'll buy. So Christina suggested that the other day. She goes, maybe we buy the grill in the fall for the house because you might get a better price in the fall than you do in the spring. At end of season.
Good move.
So we could do that.
Good thinking.
You may have to take the trip with me though, Bob, because of what grill to buy. Because I don't want something that's going to overwhelm me. I don't want something that has 50,000 wheels on it.
No, you'll be fine.
And gauges.
Just get a
and all
propane
that.
grill.
No, I know how to use the propane tank. That's fine. But I need something that I've seen some of these though. They look like computers at NASA.
Nah, you'll
with
be
all the gauges and stuff. I don't want that. I want something.
You
very
definitely
simple.
don't go green egg.
No, that's what I was told.
That's above your pay grade.
I was told that's above me right now to be able to do something like that.
No.
Or don't have an air fryer. I mean, don't have a fryer outside.
No.
Can't do that.
No, you're not ready for that yet.
No.
I'm not even comfortable with those. Those things are dangerous.
Would you cook on Thanksgiving on the grill?
Yeah.
Are you cooking by the time Thanksgiving rolls around? Are you still grilling out?
I could, but I don't on Thanksgiving Day. No, I do everything.
No, that time of year. I'm
that time of year, absolutely.
So you grill during the
I'll
all
grill in
winter?
the snow. Yeah,
all winter long. Really?
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know that I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it.
Sure.
I like cold better than heat, so I don't think I'd have a
slippers
problem
and
with it.
Sweats out there grilling.
As long as it wasn't snow on the ground or something like that, I know I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh yeah, I love it. Go out, you get yourself a little nice pathway to the grill. Go to the grill, snow on the ground,
beer in hand.
Oh yeah, maybe a glass of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you're out there by yourself, just grilling by yourself.
Yeah, peace and quiet.
Yeah,
you got a stew going.
Really?
I'll take any peace and quiet I can get.
Really?
I don't care if it's taking out the trash, doing some yard work.
It takes Jamie 40 minutes.
You know
to
what?
put out
Though?
the
You're really gonna miss it someday.
I will.
When those
I know
girls
that. But when you're with them for 9 hours in a day, 30 minutes here and there is lovely.
When those girls are like teenagers and everything and start to have their own lives and everything, you're gonna be like, "Come play with me. Come
I
down
don't take
here.
it for
Hang out with
granted,
me."
but peace and quiet is still needed.
I'm telling you. Well, tell Eddie to be quiet more often. Yeah. Could do that. We appreciate you being a part of the show. Thank you so much. Hopefully you're checking out the digital content at 97.5thefanatic.com. Got lots of great digital content out there you may not have checked out in the past. And we've got some FanFest tickets to give away because FanDuel's presenting FanFest 2022. How about 215-263-0975? Bob, you saying 5?
5 pairs of tickets, John. 5.
Okay, 5 pairs. Get to it, Haley. 5 pairs of tickets to FanFest 2022, 215-263-0975. We appreciate it. You get in. We look forward to having you join us, and we'll see you at FanFest 2022 on Saturday, October the 1st. It's going to be great. And hopefully, what if the Phillies clinch that day? Right at FanFest.
That'd be nice.
Wouldn't that be awesome? All right, we got a lot coming your way, including the series in Arizona that continues tonight with a referendum on this guy. It's the John Kincade Show here on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Union, well, they're still kicking ass and taking names after another 6-0 victory on Saturday night. They're making those lopsided victories just seem normal anymore. They had a great 2021 playoff run in which the league kind of did them in a little bit, we'll say. Your Philadelphia Union are in first place in the East, and they're hunting for some hardware this year. They're taking care of business and cruising to the playoffs with incredible momentum. If you're keeping tally at home, that's 57 goals for, only 20 goals against. That's because the goalkeeper Andre Blake is the best in the league. They got some great defenders. They got some great offensive players, and the crowd is electric, and the fans are bringing it the entire game long. Philadelphia is a 5-for-5 city, and after another drubbing of the Colorado Rapids, the boys in blue are facing the Atlanta United FC Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. down at Subaru Park. Get your tickets today or any day at PhiladelphiaUnion.com.
The John Kincade Show.
God, I am so sick of this crap.
Is this the show?
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia. Fanatic Fan Fest 2022 is Saturday, October 1st at Xfinity Live. Presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Go to 975thefanatic.com for more details and ticket information.
FanFest is brought to you by Everfresh Juices and Juice Drinks, Nature's Refreshment.
And
PumpmanPhilly.com. Pumpman Philly, the guys to know to fix your flow.
Our homes, we protect them from intruders with security systems. But there's another kind of intruder most people aren't aware of until it's too late. Home title thieves. When a criminal transfers your home title to a fake identity and steals your title, no one will notify you. Not the police, not even your bank. Sadly, people find out when it's too late. When their home is sold out from under them or the eviction notice comes. That's when the legal nightmare begins. You need Home Title Lock, America's leader in home title protection. For just pennies a day, Home Title Lock puts a virtual barrier of protection around your home's title with 24/7 monitoring. Cyber technology has made it easy for criminals to steal your home. Home Title Lock alerts you if your home becomes their target. Make sure you're not already a victim. Go to HomeTitleLock.com and for a limited time, get your free title scan and complete title report. $100 value, free with sign up. Again, that's HomeTitleLock.com. HomeTitleLock.com.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a maximum tax deduction and a vacation voucher.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So instead, we're going to hire a professional voice actor and pay him absurd amounts of money to say,
I like this product.
Not sure why that was better. I mean, I'm a professional too, but we didn't pay him to say the business part, so back to me. Save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. Sorry, I know hearing me say it was a bit of a letdown. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's a fact. Only 0.0001% of people will ever step up to the plate as a pro baseball player. For the rest of us, there's BetRivers.com Sportsbook app. Featuring same-game parlays, you can combine the excitement of different bets all from the same game. Totals? Bet 'em. Spreads? Bet 'em. Player props? It's a home run. Download the BetRivers.com Sportsbook app today. It's a whole new game.
Presented by Rivers Casino Pittsburgh. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Parents, are you tired of helping put your kids' shoes on? They're squirming, watching cartoons, anything but helping. Luckily, it's Skechers to the rescue. Introducing new hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Footwear you can just get your kids to step into and their shoes are on. You don't need to bend over. You don't need to sit on the floor and try to wrangle them on. And they're available in all types of Skechers styles with and without laces, and most are machine washable. Find Skechers slip-ins for kids or mom and dad at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish shoes are sold.
Cigars are not a safe alternative to cigarettes. Looking for a premium smoke? Then welcome to the world of Al Capone cigars, where we're keeping it real. Using only premium natural leaf wrappers, Al Capones are hand-rolled for a unique look and smooth flavor. From mellow to bold to the rich flavor of sweet cognac, Al Capone cigars stand out. Elevate your style with Al Capone My Way. Find us at alcaponecigar.com. That's alcaponecigar.com.
Stars and Stripes Harley has secured 0% APR financing on all new Harley-Davidsons. Stars and Stripes Harley has hundreds of Harleys on site for immediate delivery. Finance experts on site to get you approved. 0% APR on all new Harleys at Stars and Stripes Harley. Unapproved with average credit and Sunday.
It's go time for our teachers, and Dunkin' is brewing up the perfect way to say thank you. On Thursday, September 1st, local educators will receive a free medium hot or iced coffee at participating Philadelphia Dunkin' restaurants. No purchase necessary. Limit 1 per guest. Excludes cold brew and nitro cold brew. Additional charges may apply. Participation may vary. Hello?
Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now.
Imagine if your favorite casino came with an undo button. Well, you get that with FanDuel Casino's Play It Again. Get up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. Play your favorite table games and hundreds of slots for real cash. See why FanDuel Casino is the #1 rated online casino app. I just love to explore their daily and weekly promotions. I play with live dealers, and if I ever have a question, well, the best in-class customer service support team, they're there 24/7 to help me out. Sign up for FanDuel Casino with promo code Bob today and play it again with up to $1,000 back if you're down after your first day. That's promo code Bob. 21 plus and present in Pennsylvania. Must not have previously placed any wager on FanDuel Sportsbook, FanDuel Casino, Betfair Casino, Mohegan Sun Casino, or Stardust Casino. Refund issued as non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
The John Kincade Show.
What matters is what the fans are saying on Twitter and other social media platforms. The true barometer of success.
On 97.5 The Fanatic. Philadelphia.
John Kincade Show on The Fanatic. Vinny Gallo says he did the Thanksgiving turkey on the grill last year.
Yeah, but what about Joey Callow?
Joey Callow has not checked in.
Okay.
It's I need to go through my DMs more, though. I really do. I answered a bunch of them this morning.
I don't know. Turkey I love the smell, as I said before, of turkey in the house on Thanksgiving. It's like a tradition. Awesome. I love that. Like I told you, I put it in the morning. I go to a football game, come back. That smell in the house when you come back of a fresh turkey cooking. Ooh, that's a good smell.
There's nothing better.
Oh, it's good.
Hey, Martin Law is Philly's original law firm for injured workers. Schedule a free consultation today at paworkinjury.com. The turkey cooking in the house, the smell. Better than a slow on your tomato sauce or tomato gravy on a Sunday.
No question.
You like the turkey better.
Turkey is my favorite. So Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday.
It's a great holiday.
That is my favorite smell in the world, is the turkey coming in.
Cooking in the
world. In the world.
In the entire world.
Wow. Better than roses. Better than your deodorant, Jamie, that you don't wear?
Jamie doesn't wear deodorant.
I do
That's
not.
right.
Which is strange.
No BO from this guy.
So if Jamie does an endorsement ever, Pat, for deodorant, he's just blown it. Sales had a deal.
Yeah.
Rich was back there. He's cutting a deal right there with Old Spice, and you're screwed now.
Just give me the dude wipes. I want to endorse those.
The dude wipes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had them on the
I want
Shaq.
to put some in my golf bag.
We had them on the Shaq podcast.
Yeah.
They was one of our sponsors.
That's a good
There's
product. right
giant wipes.
there. Yeah.
Give your pits.
Nah, but we can't talk to Bob about this because it doesn't apply
No,
to him.
I just what are we talking about here? You're talking about
Dude wipes.
dude wipes. Okay.
The dude wipes.
I'd rather talk, I don't know, Noah
would you?
Syndergaard.
Let's talk about Jalen Hurts again.
You get uncomfortable talking about dude wipes?
I'm kidding,
All right,
Pat.
Jeff,
It's a joke.
All right, Jeff Mosher tweets that the buzz around the league is that Jalen Reagor's trade market is heating up. Some teams believe a deal will get done for the Eagles wide receiver by today's 4 p.m. deadline. So I bet that means some teams don't believe it. Also, do you believe it?
It's the only way he's not going to be here is if they trade him. So I do think.
Why would anybody like?
Well, because if you're a team that's got a crap wide receiver room, you can take a flyer on a first.
him? You're bringing him.
Well, it's a
in?
former first-round pick that never found. He's the puppy that lost his way here. You take a flyer on him and hope you can, new atmosphere, new situation. Maybe he finds himself. I don't know. Certain
So
teams.
yes, no, does he get traded? Howie gets something for Jalen.
Yeah,
Reagor?
I think they'll get a 5th rounder.
That sounds about right.
I think they're going to get a
5th
6th rounder. If they trade him, they get a 6th rounder. I don't believe he's getting traded.
I think that he doesn't get traded. And
Yeah, the cap hit is
tweet
bad.
comes out that says that the Eagles, while there were many teams interested, they did not get the value that they wanted, and they decided to keep him.
But then you're basically putting the nail in the coffin of his confidence here.
He doesn't have any confidence here.
Exactly.
He doesn't have any.
Well, exactly. Then you're not going to come out and say, "Well, we were close, but didn't happen."
He's got more Twitter deactivations than he does catches in this league.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you can't put the nail in the coffin if he's here on the roster.
When he deactivates his Twitter account, could somebody else go grab that Twitter account?
No.
They can't.
No. It saves it for you. It's just kind of locked. It's frozen, more or less.
It's frozen?
Yeah. He still has the rights to it.
Why doesn't he let it go? Let it go. Bob, you were talking about a hot seat when it came to the Eagles. We weren't able to get to this earlier.
Yeah.
Players on the hot seat.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all know the biggest hot seat player is, of course, Jalen Hurts. But I was trying to think of somebody else. Is there somebody else, if they don't perform this year, that's going to be on – not that if anybody doesn't perform, they're not going to be in good graces. But can you think of anybody of the starters that, like, okay – if they don't perform, though, it could be something worthwhile looking at. Again, looking at it with just kind of a crooked eye, because I'm wondering if Miles Sanders is there.
Yes. I don't think there's anything that's going to have him here next year.
Yeah,
I don't. But I think he is under major scrutiny. I think James Bradbury, too, is under major scrutiny.
But are these guys – so what I'm saying is there a guy out there that if he doesn't perform could be replaced in these lineups, in the offensive lineup and the defensive lineup? Because I don't know. Like, if Bradbury doesn't perform, are they going to take him out and throw in, I don't know, who do you even have as a bat?
I mean, Tay Gowan, Zach McPherson, Josh Joby. It looks like he's going to make the team. No.
Yeah.
I think even Bradbury, if he underperforms, is still your best option.
By the way, on the broadcast the other night, they called him Joby and they called him Job. I had always heard Joby.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what I heard at Alabama
But they
days.
called him Joby and Job.
Yeah,
on the broadcast.
They need to get their story straight.
He's making the team. He's making the team.
Yeah, he's apparently wowed at camp.
Bad, he's Job, and when he's playing good, he's Joby.
That could they might have 2 undrafted players make the team this year.
Yes,
him and
both in defense.
Reed Blankenship.
Yeah,
which is pretty impressive.
Blankenship has shown something, an ability to go after the ball a little bit, not afraid to hit. Alabama kid, right?
No, Joby's the Alabama
Joby's
kid.
the Alabama
where's
kid.
Blankenship from? Blankenship is like, don't tell me, Middle Tennessee or something like that.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
You are correct, Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, okay.
Bob.
But that kid has shown a little.
He's
something
from Alabama.
There. Okay, that's what it was. Yeah.
Look at you. You're all Reed Blankenship up.
I am. I'm going to get his jersey. I think he's 49. Yeah, I was wondering. Miles Sanders was the only guy that I came up with that I said, man, if he doesn't perform, you wonder if he'll get replaced. You wonder if they're okay with Kenny Gainwell replacing him, because I don't know of anybody else on the roster that if they don't perform well could be replaced midseason.
But do you really think he would not perform to the level of getting benched?
I mean, you got to worry about turnovers, obviously.
Yeah, but I think that's overblown.
So do I.
I don't
totally
think
agree with you.
I don't think the coaches do, though. You say that. I don't believe the coaches find it overblown.
Well, his numbers don't show it to be true.
I just don't think he would play poorly enough to get benched, is my point.
Yeah, I think their confidence level with him, though, might be shorter than a lot of other players.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But I still think even if he underperforms, much like Bradbury, he's still your best option.
Yeah, but I think I think moving on from Bradbury, you'd have to. That's a long reach. Moving on from Miles Sanders, I don't think they think it's a far reach with a Kenny Gainwell.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I just wonder. There really is no hot seat anybody's except for Jalen Hurts, obviously. But
I would put $100 down that he is not. That next year Miles Sanders will not be an Eagle.
Yeah, because he's
100 out of 100 times. I'd put the money down. And say they want to. There's something they don't like about him. There's something they don't trust about him, and it may be durability. It may be decision making. It may be whatever it is. There's something they don't like about him, and they're going to look for somebody else. And in the draft, that's one of the easiest positions to.
Yeah, I would draft a running back every 2 years if I was an NFL GM. I would just keep burning and churning them.
Well, you do that with quarterbacks too. You always think that too. You want to be
that's why I supported the Jalen Hurts draft pick. I was like, get another young guy in this system that's cheap that you can develop.
I just never would have done that at second round.
Well, look at the quarterbacks taken after him. Yeah, like it's revisionist history to. It was in the moment. It was instinctual that people went, "Oh, quarterback." You knew you needed a young quarterback that was cheap with Carson Wentz's contract starting. And look at the guys taken after Jalen Hurts, and even look at the guys last year. Like it was pretty bad. I think they had a pretty good feeling of the quarterback landscape for the next 2 years.
But then you went out and paid $4 million to Joe Flacco.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could have just had a veteran backup for $3 million. And had somebody for Carson.
Jalen Hurts was $450,000.
No, I got you.
So,
but I mean,
Flacco's
there's other ways.
Now.
There's other ways to do that. Please.
Yeah, but they wanted somebody that they could develop as a backup.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that urgent, though. I mean, it was that.
It probably
that a second round need. That team did not. That team at that time did not read a second round quarterback. Period. They didn't need him.
No, but I'm probably drafting or developing somebody every 2 years.
But if he turns out to be the starter 5 years from now,
then it's the best draft pick ever.
It is the foresight in their minds was incredible.
Yeah, I mean, running backs and quarterbacks just keep grabbing them,
right?
And hopefully somebody hits.
The Phillies continue their series in Arizona tonight, and again, we're hoping that Aaron Nola remembers that it's August. I would actually go by his room and be like, "Hey, happy August." Now, Pat doesn't like it when the guy said, "What kind of a day is that?" What did he say to you? How's your day going?
How's your day going?
How's your day going?
Like, what the F do you care?
You didn't like that.
I was not happy.
Well, when you see if you were to bump into Aaron Nola, you would say something along the lines of, "Isn't it a beautiful August day today?" Just to remind him, it's not September, Bob.
Yeah, he's had a decent August. 2-2, 2.25 ERA. He's averaging 7 innings an outing in August, which is great, and his WHIP is 0.93. So he's been good in August. Keep it up. Let him roll. Don't bring up September. Don't say anything about August. Just let him go out and pitch. Every day's the 4th of July there, Aaron Nola.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Let's hope that could be. Is that good plan for you, James, or not?
Yeah. Big spot tonight. Big one. You need him. You need him badly. This season could collapse if he doesn't show up here. So, yeah. Let's get it started tonight, please. I know it's not September, but we need you.
Yeah,
big time.
You know, that's scary about last night, too. You come out with your bats on fire. Bumgarner is just not even a shadow of what he used to be.
No, he's Syndergaard.
And you go out there.
He's Syndergaard.
Well, except that he's one of the best playoff pitchers ever.
No, I know, but I'm saying is right now, he's Syndergaard.
Yeah. Well,
he's a
their
player
back history
he's
is
a
a
player
little
that has a name, that was absolutely fantastic.
But you went out and started the game perfectly last night. You get 7 runs, all of that. You got shut out the day before. You score runs last night, and you still wind up losing. You're not going into a bad month. You're a typically bad month for the Phillies, September. You're not going in it the right way.
Yeah, I mean,
this could. I'm not going to talk.
He's going to be fine.
Positive
thoughts, Bob.
You know the whistle past the graveyard thing, where you don't look at it. It's almost like that is with Aaron Nola right now, because if Aaron Nola was to go out tonight and not pitch well, then I'm saying to myself, can't count on Syndergaard. He throws batting practice. Whether he wins games or not, every ball on him is hard hit. They're hitting lasers. Wheeler's going to come off the injured list. Nola would be then leaking oil.
Nola's the most important Philly, I would say. I mean, when you asked me about 3 weeks ago, what's your biggest concern? I said Wheeler and Nola. I think Aaron. I don't know if this team's a playoff team without Aaron Nola being Aaron Nola. For these previous 4 months, he's critically.
Aaron Nola's been fantastic, as I told you in March he would be.
Yeah. Well, I've told you he's only had one bad year, John.
I wondered why you didn't trust me in March when I told you. Nola is an absolute ace.
He's critically important here down the stretch.
Oh, it's going to be huge,
especially with Wheeler out right now. He's got to stop the bleeding. And years past, he hasn't been able to stop bleedings late in the season. So, yeah, I'm slightly terrified.
You can't be slightly terrified.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Are there levels of being terrified?
I think so.
Terrified means
you can be slightly
Well, there's crap
scared.
your pants terrified, and then there's slightly terrified.
No, I think terrified is you're going into another stratosphere.
No, it's like
terrified.
code red, code orange. You can be low code orange.
I'm a little scared. I'm not a little terrified.
Smokey the Forest Fire Bear has levels to his levels.
Just Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear? Forest Fire Bear? What's his name?
Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear.
Smokey the Bear. 19 cuts.
Levels to levels?
19 cuts to go. I don't understand what the Eagles are doing.
What do you mean?
They're trying to make a trade.
No, there's 19 guys left that they haven't cut.
They know who 18 of them are.
Well, then what are they doing?
They have till 4 o'clock.
Trying to make a trade.
But what? They're not trading them. There's a bunch of Joe Bag of Donuts that they could easily get. Let 7 or 8 of those guys get cut now so they can find spots on other rosters. Do them a favor.
Well, they know. They know. The players know. There could have been a couple guys out there yesterday.
Well, why wouldn't they have announced it? They announced other cuts.
They don't tell us everything right away.
I mean, you give these guys because until it's announced, Bob, someone else can't sign them. Well, I mean, they give these guys a chance. The guys you don't want, give them a chance to get a job. Like, go get a job with somebody else, right?
Everybody gets that chance. I mean, 4 o'clock is the deadline today, so they're okay. All right, they could. It's only 9:45 in the morning. Half the NFL teams are still sleeping. You're good to go. Don't you worry.
I just want to.
Who's the biggest name today that we hear that we haven't heard yet?
That gets cut?
Uh-huh.
I'm afraid they're going to cut Tyree Jackson. I was intrigued by him. He's not really a big name, but I hope it's not Davion Taylor.
He can't be back until the end of.
He seems like he's on
Halloween.
the boat.
I thought it was Halloween.
Yeah, later in the season, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Davion Taylor seems like the one that's on a bubble. And I'm not ready to.
You don't want to say that. You don't want him to go.
No, I saw some flashes in albeit a small sample size last year where I went,
he said he's lost.
Yeah.
The film study stuff, and if you go to even Eagles.com has been.
And this is where not having the background of life in football can bite you in the ass. If you don't have those natural instincts to fall back on.
You know what's funny is I didn't even think about that being.
He's only played football for like 5 years. So I think that's where that hurts you, is not having those natural instincts maybe.
But they bought into him as far as.
He played like 3 games before he got hurt last year, and he had like 3 or 4 turnovers. I mean, he showed that ball punching ability and kind of that mean linebacker type of play that I thought could translate to something, but maybe not.
I'm trying to think of anybody else that would be there.
He's probably the biggest name, I would say.
The wide receiver core's interesting in that are they going to keep the kid Kane, who didn't play that well on Saturday against Miami, but has played well.
Seems like the darling down there.
Yeah, Ward is out. I can't imagine they're going to keep the speedster kid or the Britton kid.
Devin Allen.
Yeah, Devin Allen and then Britton Covey.
Thomas Peterson from Bleacher Report. Nakobe Dean in the in the training camp games, the summer games here. 5th highest graded run defender among the linebackers that played in the preseason.
5th? Mm-hmm. How many linebackers played? 5?
No. This is
all the NFL.
The NFL.
Oh, I thought you meant among the Eagles.
No.
Oh, we're doing
pretty good
stats on preseason.
Well, I mean, they're just showing
people do stats in practice.
Why can't we do wins and losses?
But wait a minute, he's competing against other guys that are in the same boat. The players that play in preseason are new guys or backup guys that want to enter the starting rotation. You know, they want to get in there in the starters. So you know they've got there's a lot of different options there. So I mean, it's something. I didn't see anything naked eye Nakobe Dean, though, that was making me go, that's the kid I remember from Georgia. So I'm hoping that I'll see some.
Just follow behind Jordan Davis, and you'll be all right.
Look who's here. Speaking of kids.
Hi.
He didn't go to Georgia. He went to Temple.
Yes,
my favorite kid.
The superior football school.
We're damn proud of him, too.
Oh, thank you. Nice.
It's Andrew Salchunas.
Oh, I thought you were talking about somebody else.
I like what you said yesterday, though. I liked it. I liked the whole Howie discussion you had yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a guy that likes to give credit where credit's due, and he's done a tremendous job.
The only thing is it a cautionary tale to you to be less reactionary as a fan?
No, I don't think so, because one of my other points is I will never apologize for the stuff that I did say. He was awful for about 2 straight years. Drafts, free agents, a lot of thank you contracts after the Super Bowl win. Like, he did a terrible job, which is why they were 4-11-1. It wasn't just Carson Wentz who was a complete mess, but it was also Howie and some of the decisions that he made.
You're not wrong.
So I'm never going to apologize for that. But
are you wrong for wanting him fired?
But yeah,
no.
At the time, I was not wrong.
But
at the time, I was not wrong. He was a mess, and he thought he was the smartest man in the room.
I think he was a mess too.
Did? He learned the errors of his ways, and I give him a lot of credit for that. And I think other Eagles fans should. I asked for 10 people to call in and say, my name is so-and-so,
right, I heard it.
And I'm happy Howie Roseman was the GM of the Eagles. I had 4 people.
And you know what's funny is I thought that was the dumbest part of the show.
Yeah?
That you didn't get 10.
Yeah.
That you didn't get 20.
I had 4.
That you didn't get 20
in 4
people.
hours. And there were people that called in to talk Eagles. They just didn't want to say the line.
We've had more to this show. We've had a Schefter on this show and everything just saying, how long would, and I always love it, how long would Howie Roseman be out of a job if he was out of a job?
5
and they all
minutes.
say 5 minutes. Another team would fire who they had to hire him. Yet in this town, you couldn't get 5 people in a 4-hour show to say, I'm glad he's our GM.
Well, how many GMs hire 4 coaches?
But I think that's just dumb.
No,
I
not
think it's
necessarily.
dumb.
It can be both. I mean, he was bad for a couple
No,
years.
he did, absolutely.
But are you happy right now? Because I am. I'm happy that he's the GM of the Eagles on this day because I think he's done a tremendous job to turn this
Was it
franchise
wrong
around.
that Joe Girardi was fired? No. Could there have been a chance that Girardi hung around and they still turned this thing around like they did, and we'd all be saying that would be good?
They would never have turned
But
it around.
Girardi didn't have but Girardi doesn't have the deposits in the bank. You have to look at the entire body of work of somebody.
No, Joe Girardi does have deposits in the bank. He's a World Series manager.
No, he didn't have him here.
Well,
you got to have him here.
he had him.
Howie had him right here.
Yeah,
Did something that nobody else has ever
soiled
done.
his pants for a couple years.
He did. No questions asked. Nobody's arguing.
Well,
that.
I don't want
But
poopy
you gotta
pants
do
GM.
Then you wanted him fired.
You have
Yes, I
poopy pants
did.
from eating mold, by the way.
No,
What
get
is
out of
wrong
here.
That's
with you?
crazy.
I
Isn't it
heard you
weird?
driving in. What is wrong with
By
you?
the way, if you have any contributions for Jamie, you're weird. Tomorrow we're doing it on the show. If you have any, email them to me if you would, or text them to me.
Hey, I could
so
do
we
that.
can contribute them to the show.
I'll
Please do
admit
that.
when I'm weird. I mean, the mold's a little weird, but it's
hasn't
fine.
admitted he's weird
A
on
little
any
weird.
of this. Pat,
It's fine.
It's not
once
good
admitted
for
you're
you.
weird.
It's terrible.
Okay,
It's fine.
it's fine.
Blue cheese is mold.
It's fine to eat mold.
Yeah, but what do you think
He's
blue
got
cheese
a point
is?
with the blue cheese.
It's fine.
Blue cheese is grunge, though.
It's mold.
It's mold.
I know it's grunge.
Penicillin's mold. It's fine. Mold's in our bodies.
No, I'm allergic to it.
So am I. But it's fine for most people.
Well, see, we're bonding for sure. We're bonding right here. But tomorrow, join us for Is Jamie Weird? Yes. And Jamie will admit that he's weird. Something we're going to throw at him, he's going to admit
I'll
that
ask
he's
my
weird
wife
about.
for a couple. And
Oh, that'd be great.
I'll have her email.
Yeah, have some email sent.
I don't
Send
know
them
if we're
by.
going to have a long enough segment to do all this.
And if listeners have anything they would like to contribute, we'll open the phones, and Jamie will have an opportunity to admit, yeah. Okay, I admit, on that one I'm weird. Because, look, Bob has no problem admitting when he's weird on something.
Either
I
do I.
don't.
eat candy bars.
No, I don't. You do.
I just don't think
The way you
eating
eat-
a moldy piece of bread with the mold picked off is weird.
The way Bob eats a Snickers,
Stop.
Pat,
That's psycho
I think
stuff.
he's like the guy from Blackbird.
But he owns it.
I know, but he owns it. And he says,
Jamie would sit there and go, this is a typical way of how you eat it.
This is how normal people eat it.
No, I see Bob do that, and I go, he's a psychopath and should be on a watch list.
Tomorrow we will be there. Hey, support life-saving cancer research. Join us and our generous partner, Pierce Phelps Bryan Heating and Air Conditioning Dealers. Make a donation to the AACR, the American Association for Cancer Research, today at 97.5thefanatic.com/AACR, because cancer research saves lives. We'll be back at 6 a.m. tomorrow, bright and early, and Jamie will still be weird. Have a great day, everybody.
The wait is almost over. A new football season is about to begin. Get ready for the NFL Week 1 action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. To celebrate the return of football, DraftKings is giving new customers a can't-miss offer. Bet just $5 on any football game and get $200 in free bets instantly. Want more action for opening night? Everyone can experience the thrill of DraftKings early win promotion. Just get up 7 points and you win. Bet on any NFL team of your choice, and if your team leads by 7 points at any point during the game, you'll get paid instantly, even if your team ends up losing. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code FANATIC. That's code FANATIC, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, Pennsylvania only. Bonus issued as free bets. One early win token issued at opt-in. Moneyline bet only. Deposit and wagering restrictions apply. Eligibility and terms at DraftKings.com/football terms. In partnership with the Meadows Racetrack and Casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The John Kincade Show.
Sir, one more outburst, I will strangle you with my microphone wire. You understand me?
On 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Texting enrolls you into reoccurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The patented key ingredient is something called Testofen, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again. At work, in the gym.